Yes.
All right. So last
Yeah, that
time.
bugs me.
Hmm?
And, sorry, I just go because I was typing in chat. That bugs me because because Coco's and Dainichi have a habit of throwing stuff into their backpack and forgetting it's there for the rest of their lives.
Guilty. Although more often than not, I don't forget it's there for the first couple of sessions. It's just a situation doesn't arise to use it fairly promptly, and like within a week or two, I've forgotten it.
Yeah. So sorry we interrupted you. Deepest apologies.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm used to it. Last time on Dungeons and WheatTons, uh, you. I'm pretty sure you finished your fight with old Aruget and released the prisoner soldiers, to go about their way while you decided to head towards the next town of Langrisser.
Yes, and I had to leave soon
Yeah, you.
after.
We
And I
did. We
miss.
didn't do much after getting to town. I just was like, yeah, the rain is about to begin, uh, and we can actually. That's pretty much it. There was a little bit of a heartfelt and emotional argument between Varsum and his father, and they have decided to travel with you because Varsum feels like he hasn't been useful at all and wants to be of help in some way.
And Varsum just laid down the dynamite. You were the one that ran away, father. He's like, I wasn't in my right mind. Do not bring that up again. Oh, that was great. Oh, that's not an interruption, mind you, even though it was kind of interrupting, but that was just amazing.
So yeah,
Okay, yes.
in order to try to find shelter before the rain comes, you double timed it a little bit through one of the shortcut caves to make it to the edge of Langrisser. And as you entered the town, rain was just about to begin. Sirens were wailing in the distance, and you could hear loud voices ushering workers into position. The smell of rotten eggs is kind of wafting down from the roof of the cave, and you can see as druids and soldiers are rushing into position, and a number of large funnels are lifted up into the air over the town with this kind of blanket between them to try to pull them pull as much of the rain and catch as much of the rain as possible, with these pipes running down and into these large glass containers that have plants growing in spots on the pipes themselves. And you know that is to filter the rainwater, which is falling through the miasma on the surface, and separate the water from the miasma and purify it so that it can be useful drinking water. But the leftover miasma gets turned into sand, which filters into that glass jar, or not jar, but that large glass container. and then that is thrown into a furnace, which releases the fumes back up to the surface because no one knows how to get rid of any of that, or at least a good long-term solution. They haven't been able to figure it out. So yeah, you are entering the town as everyone is panicking and running for shelter. And I don't remember if you did anything once you got into town or if we ended as you got to town.
We ended as we got into town.
All right, so what would you like to do?
Probably find cover from the rain.
Well, as is tradition, the tavern is pretty easy to find for newly entering people. So if you wish to go to the tavern, you'd be able to find it pretty easily.
Alrighty.
And you can hear soldiers and everything trying to form lines and get people inside of buildings as quickly as possible. It doesn't matter what building it is. Some people are don't even know each other all that well, and they're being forced into the same house with each other. Just be like, "Get in here, random stranger," kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'll just need a confirmation that that's where you guys are going.
I guess that's where we're going.
Sure.
I feel it. I feel the excitement.
I
The excitement for
I mean-
the tavern.
I'm tagging along with them because, we're part of a party now, and I'm bringing the robot with me, so...
So you're carrying Sigismund right now?
Yes, I shall carry Sigismund.
All right. Well, you rush your small party to the tavern with Dimitri in front of you saying, "To the tavern!" As if it was his idea.
yeah.
And you can't really dispute that at the moment. But anyway, as you enter, you hear some soft music. Seems like everyone is trying to stay calm in the situation. Like this is a... even though people are probably incredibly used to this, it is still a situation that kind of puts everyone on edge. So you can hear a couple of notes that are being misplayed, but they're trying to keep their composure while they're playing the music to keep everyone else calm who's in the tavern.
Bless you, Sweaty.
Got a couple of
Yeah.
people looking out the windows, kind of watching, seeing if anybody is gonna get hit by a stray drop or something.
Well, Nadus will try and get into the tavern if there's stray drops falling.
You can hear the rain is starting to hit the tarps and stuff in little spats here and there, but not too heavy at the moment.
Oh, so is there a stable there or someplace for animals to be safe as well?
There is a stable, and they might even just let you put them in it for free at the moment.
Oh, yeah. all
You
right.
might have to pay later, but yeah, seeing you walk up, they'd probably be like, "Get that animal inside!"
Yeah. I'll help Dominicus get Nadus in there so he's not trying to squeeze through into a tavern.
Thank you. I'll do the thing cats do and pad some hay and then just lie down and instantly go to sleep.
All right. And as you get him situated, the rain starts to fall just a little bit harder. And you can see a number of drops just kind of going through the defenses that are strung over the whole town. But nothing you can't dodge pretty easily, as long as you're like keeping a wide berth.
Yeah.
Prisma would just be like, ah, 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 just bobbing and weaving through giant droplets of acid rain, like, this stinks!
Oh, it's a little worse than acid rain, but yeah, you guys also do know, since you said stinks, that this is the origin of the rotten egg smell.
Yes.
But you get inside, and that's whenever you see that there are people kind of face smushed up against the glass of the windows looking outside, trying to make sure nothing bad's happening. Or who knows, it might even be one of those rubberneck in a car crash situations. Maybe somebody's hoping to see something gnarly.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody seems a little on edge, but trying to keep it cool. And as I said before, you're greeted by this kind of calm, smooth music.
Okay.
I imagine the kind that make me glad that we're not on a cruise liner right now.
Hmm.
You know how long the rain usually lasts?
Is that a Titanic reference?
Normal
Yes, that is a Titanic reference.
Normal.
normal rain amount.
Okay.
So it depends, really.
Alright, well, we do need a rest, so I guess just find the bartender or the keeper, whatever. Probably ask the bartender about rooms.
You know a funny thing? That I just
Yes.
kind of I know this, but I just kind of go with it. I know I'm sidebarring now, but
It's okay when you do it.
well, it's thematic, you know. Taverns didn't actually have inns inside of them. That's just kind of like a fantasy game thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's a-
you can see if this tavern inn has any rooms available.
Yes. Yeah, I'll go up to the barkeeper. Any rooms available?
He just kind of raises his eyebrow at you. We don't take consorts here.
No, I just it's like technically I'm still kind of a bloody mess. I just need a rest.
Prisma will gasp and be like, Daddy! You didn't tell us that's what you did!
No, that's not what I do. I mean,
Then why do people keep calling you that? If it's
I
thinking you're a lady.
no, I'll take it as a compliment. So rooms, no consort things, just rest.
All right, as long as you're not gonna be working in them.
Nope.
On what? Like tools? We can't work on tools?
He kind of raises his eyebrows to the strange floating green and purple thing. And he's like, "What's this high-pitched thing squealing about?"
Nothing. How many rooms you got available?
Well, seems we've got a couple of extra customers tonight. Think I can set you up with one room.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine, we'll squeeze in.
All right, there's only 2 beds in each.
Sounds good.
All right, and how many will be in them?
Just look around and count. Are we all going to your room? Y'all want to go in the room, or y'all staying out here? Who's all coming to the room?
Well,
Raise your hand.
Okrith will decide to. He's gonna say, "I'll stay out here in a corner or something."
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, close quarters and me, you know. Like
Alrighty.
I'm already a little too close in this room here with all these people in here. And Dimitri will of course say, "You shall have the pleasure of sharing a room with me tonight. Come, Phineas. Let us go make preparations for the room. Everyone, you will be pleased with our changes." And Phineas is just like, and he kind of shifts the overly sized backpack on his back.
Know if I should be worried.
Nonsense, it's no worry.
So you got this?
Yes, I've got this. I have to look out for those lower than me.
Alright, well. Does that include paying for the room?
I thought that would be obvious.
Oh, alright, there you go. It's on him.
And he throws down a platinum.
But if he pays for the room, that means that he's basically in control of the room.
It would be anyway.
Yeah, I don't think,
Oh
I don't think that
no!
would stop him.
What is he gonna do to our room?
Please give us a few moments. We'll get it looking nice and proper for you all.
Oh dear.
Platinum for a room. Man, we're the best customers ever then.
Yeah.
We should get some extra towels.
Oh yeah, as he throws that platinum down, he's like, got these wide eyes, and he's like, hungry too? I could get you some food.
Sure.
All right. I'm a pretty good cook.
Can you make candy?
I probably could if I had a recipe and the ingredients. You delightful little floating thing, you can come with me if you'd like to make some candy in our kitchen.
Yay! I just float and whiz around his head like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Completely ignoring the tone change of this man.
He's
And he goes,
excited.
"Come with me!" Ha 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 ha! As he walks into the kitchen to make you guys some food.
This guy got real jolly all of a sudden.
And that's when Dimitri says, "Thus is the power of this," and flips you a platinum.
Okay.
Almost got
I'll
money to
take it.
spare. You can add 1 platinum to your inventory.
I'll add 1 platinum.
Not bad.
Yeah, you get that platinum. And Phineas is just like, "Sir, I don't think you should be flaunting." He's like, "Nonsense! What is wealth for except for to share?" And then they, with another, "Come, Phineas!" They
I think
walk
give him a
off
punch in the face.
into the hallway. with the
I
key.
guess so.
I think
Give
getting
him a
punched
few
in the
moments.
face of the face kind of like fixed his personality some.
No, this is still him. He hasn't changed at all, actually.
I guess we'll give him a few moments and then go in.
The bar owner comes back out with a couple of stacked bowls, lays one out along the bar for each of you, and starts pouring a little bit of stew in them. This is not one of those establishments that you get to make your actual order. They make a big bunch of food for everyone, and then whenever somebody orders something, that's what they get.
Cornelius is never going to complain about free food.
And gives you some rye bread as well. Put on a plate right next to you.
Ew.
Rye bread is best bread.
I hate rye bread.
Sourdough bread.
Okay, I will amend my statement. Rye bread is the second best bread.
And in the,
Sourdough is unmatched.
in the kitchen, you can just hear Prisma singing, "Candy, candy, treat that can't be beat. Candy, candy, nothing else is sweet." Somebody got it.
So stupid.
All right, so
But yeah, you guys get
Stew
free
and candy.
food. And you can see as Okrith is just kind of looking
Does
at the
Natus
bowl.
need food, though?
Hmm?
Does Natus need food though? Because I gave him a good berry.
Nah, you guys don't actually who ate the good berries don't actually need food for the day. And Natus is asleep at the moment. He said that he just curled up in the hay and just like just conked out.
I gestured to Varsum and I'm like, boy, let's go clean the rhino.
I think we should wait for the rain to stop just in case.
Yeah. It's best to keep ourselves safe for now, and Natus is safe as well.
But yeah, you back to the sidebar. You could see as Okrith is kind of pushing around his food with a spoon. He's just kind of playing with it, just like, and kind of looks around along the table or something.
Don't like the stew?
And I have a little bit of a problem with most food.
Yeah, what's the problem? Sensitive stomach?
No, I can't taste it.
Can't taste it.
Nah, so it just kind of tastes like mush in my mouth, and I think
Yeah.
I used to be able to taste things just fine. Now I have to put like a bunch of hot, spicy stuff in it to be able to choke anything down.
Hi, zombie.
Ah,
Spicy is the opposite of sweet.
He's a zombie?
No, he's not a
I
zombie.
haven't even noticed what I was saying until I said it.
well,
I don't see anything I can put in it around here, so I'm just gonna have to. And he kind of just lifts up a spoonful. It's like, and takes a
well,
bite.
I guess it's
And you
Guess
just
it's
kind of see
better
this
just
like
to down it.
shudder.
Uh,
well.
And you can also see that as each bite goes into his mouth, yeah, that's pretty much him. As he is spooning each bite into his mouth, you can see that it kind of withers as it enters like his breath range.
I wonder how like doesn't taste good.
The downside of being a mold monster.
Yeah, that's the first time I've felt sorry for him when it comes to food.
Maybe in the future it could.
And you could probably even tell easily that he doesn't know that that's happening.
Alright, okay, so
So he's like putting it in his mouth, just expecting it to still be like regular food.
maybe
Just
the
no taste.
faster you eat it, it seems your affliction affects the food you eat.
Well, if I eat it, I'm sorry. Go on.
Maybe if he eats a good berry, that would be better for him. That way he could just be sustained throughout the day and he doesn't have to taste anything. That would probably be ideal for him.
Probably, but that'd be something to say in character. And
I'll have to
yeah,
be hearing this Prisma, but I'm not there.
yeah, you're making candy right now. You don't hear this.
Fine. I'm just saying. It's a suggestion.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, he's about to say, if I eat it faster, I wind up not being able to swallow it fast enough and getting too much food in my mouth, and it's just worse.
Oh, I'm sure we can
You know how
figure something out for you.
I'm sure you've taken medicine and stuff before, right? You know how whenever you put medicine in your mouth, it tastes bad, and your body's like, no, don't swallow this?
Yes.
That's every bite for me.
Well, I guess for now you just gotta muscle through it.
And he like grimaces at his spoon again. And he's like, "Homie."
Or maybe one of Prisma's good berries could be just a nice alternative.
I've never had a good berry. What do they do?
Well, it supposedly fills you up.
Mm. So it'd be like
So
taking
even if it
one
tastes bad.
pill over
Yeah,
multiple
over a
bites
whole thing.
of
Yes.
slop. I like that thought. I'm sorry?
What? Did
Which
you
did that make?
start warbling for anyone else?
Did I warble? Yeah, my internet's it's weak right now. Sorry.
No, you're good. We just couldn't hear you.
It also sounds like you have an extra voice every now and then.
There is an extra person in here.
Is there a tiny person in the room?
There is a tiny person. But I'll say as soon as Prisma's done with making candy, you can ask her for one if she has any left.
I think I'll be full for the rest of the day. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. And you can maybe glean a little bit more as to why he carries a really big sword, but he looks really thin. Like he does not eat well.
Well, given that the food rots before it ever gets to his mouth, yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, maybe.
So those good berries might actually be able to put him on a little weight too.
Yeah, maybe you'll bulk up with those good berries.
And you see his
On the other hand,
His
would he
kinda
could
eyes.
he get drunk off them?
off of good berries.
Yeah,
They
because
start
theoretically
rotting
his breath would ferment them before they reached his mouth.
We'll have to find out. That's something I never would have thought of.
I didn't either. That's good.
I'm sure getting a slight buzz is gonna be better than the alternative, though.
That is true.
Then again, they are magical, so they might not be as affected.
That is also true.
But yeah, you can see his eyes kind of light up whenever you say that he might be able to bulk up. He's like, you think?
Yeah, getting some actual nourishment in you might help you out.
That, man, I'd like to get buff.
Yeah, I was good. You have big muscles like myself and flex, and I got a little more there than would seem.
You have muscles?
Vitaria's
tell-
all tone, no size, though.
Yeah.
And he just kind of smirks like he's trying not to laugh at you.
Well, you know. Yeah. I enjoy my stew. What's in the stew?
Oh, it's just your basic meat and potatoes and carrots and corn stew with a tomato base.
All right.
Mmm. Sorry, I got caught up thinking about my mother's stew.
I can tell.
I'm not even hungry.
That seems better.
That's an opinion. But yeah, I hope nobody's vegan in this party.
Does sugar count as vegan?
You know, I would say yes because it comes from a plant.
Yeah, I guess if it's
Well,
only that,
unless
you
it
quit
comes from. There are other things you can get sugar from that are decidedly less vegan, but generally speaking, sugar is considered vegan, yes.
with. Yeah.
I'm on a strict sugar diet.
Unless it's from honey.
Yeah.
So what kind of vegan candies do you eat? Oh, I like gummy bears. Those aren't vegan. I was like, okay.
Wait a second. Is honey offensive to vegans?
Yeah, because it comes from bees.
Yeah, it doesn't come
Yes.
from bees. They make it.
Yeah,
Say
but
that's
it's at the
something like bark.
expense
No.
of bees.
At the expense, they do it anyway.
So I
It's
think
not like humans make them do it like cows.
vegan is just not having anything
I mean,
made by creatures.
I don't think humans make cows produce milk either.
Yeah,
They
but
just
the
take the
come-
milk.
It comes from the animals, but I'm gonna have to find a vegan and have an argument about that.
An argument.
Yeah.
That's
In other
not even
words,
just ask them about this. I'm gonna have an argument with them.
I'm gonna have to
It's like-
track one down. I'm gonna have to find one. Give them a piece of my mind.
well, I actually work with one, so I can actually ask him that question and see what he
There you
says.
go.
Because it would save someone.
Like seriously, if we don't have to kill the animal and the animal naturally produces this on its own, like why can't we eat it?
Yeah, I think that's a nice one just to have. Anyway. Anyway.
Yeah,
back to my
anyway.
stew.
Back
Anyway.
to the stew. Cornelius, you can see that there's a few extra carrots in there for you. He does it, not meaning to be racist or anything, but he just kind of
He
like
put
carrots,
extra
I'm a
carrots.
rabbit.
he was trying to be a little bit more accommodating because of the platinum.
It's actually really funny because carrots are actually really bad for rabbits.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't.
But yeah, Cornelius is going for it anyway because there's a reason rabbits like carrots. It's because they're full of sugar.
Isn't it bad for them though?
Yeah, it's
sure
really
is.
bad because again, full of sugar, which means that they can have various kidney problems.
You might have like a little bit of a tummy problem, but you're
I feel
not gonna
so
get kidney problems from it.
Kids with
Well,
rabbit-
not from one little extra carrot now. Certainly a lifetime diet of carrots would pose problems like weight gain and problems with diabetes, but
Oh,
the same could be said of anyone who eats lots of sugary sweets.
not me.
You're a special case.
I am
Yeah,
special.
Prisma needs sweets to live.
He's a basket case.
I'm not a basket case.
Can I get anything else for you? Wonderful patrons.
Could I consort in this place?
He kind of has this twitch in his eye and this grimace in behind his smile. And he says, "Yes?"
I only want to see if you say yes. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, God, thank you. Don't need that happening again.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of gained a little bit of a reputation that I'm trying to get away from because I didn't know that some of the whores were using my place as a meetup.
Hoors.
Uh,
I like banging
I mean-
whores.
did that hurt your business?
Yeah, actually. Because they'd rent it out for the whole day, and people would come and go and not buy anything, but leave the room a mess.
I see.
And they come and go.
Yeah, became a come and go.
Maybe you should have just started making them pay more, and by the hour.
Well, I was also losing my regulars who didn't want to sit next to the sounds.
The banging
I guess
must have
that's
been
understandable.
awful.
It was so squelchy.
Oh, shit. So, all right.
Then one of them
But
got
I'm good.
pregnant, started getting even weirder clients,
All right.
had the baby in one of my rooms. It was a mess. It's done. We're not doing it again.
Um, sorry all that happened to you.
The stories a tavern owner can tell.
You were about to say anyway.
Well, I finished my stew. It was delicious. My compliments to the chef. And I'm gonna go to that room to sleep.
You might
Right?
you might take a bath first. They're small rooms and there's only 2 beds in there, but there is a bath. I don't want you getting my sheets all bloody.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will do that. And now go to that room.
And as you go into the room, you see as Dimitri and Phineas are decorating the area with silks and finery. And this cheap in-room now
the one-
looks
5-star.
now looks like a 5-star hotel.
Were you just carrying all this stuff in that bag?
One must present properly even when asleep.
Let me guess, they have a bag of holding full of this crap.
Nope, it's just a regular backpack. That's why I say it's oversized on Phineas's back.
That poor guy.
He is very, I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Oh my god, he's my backpacker class.
He's the real pack mule.
Like if he was a
is
girl,
the-
his name would be Lydia.
Is the bath free right now?
Oh yes,
Or you?
feel free to take one. I have even put up a partition to hide the gazes of anyone else.
Yeah.
One must keep their
Okay.
modesty.
Of course.
Does he
It's-
also think he's a girl?
I
Well,
don't recall if it's me that he.
you haven't asked.
Yep. They haven't said. So yeah, I'm gonna take that bath then.
All right, and he will say, "Come, Phineas. Everyone must have their privacy." He's like I wasn't already leaving, sir.
Mouthy?
Yeah, I should go enjoy the stew. It's pretty good.
I am quite peckish. Seems that the one is very choosy with her good berries.
Yes, but I hear she's making candy.
Ooh. I wouldn't mind partaking in such. And they begin to walk out of the room.
Yep.
Leaving you alone to run yourself some water and have a nice bath.
All right, yeah.
And Dimitri and Phineas take seats next to the group. And Sieg, you actually... What is that?
What do I
Sieg?
see?
Yes, with your passive perception, you actually see a familiar spattering of colors over in the corner. He
If
seems kind of like
anybody
he's
was-
asleep in a chair.
If anybody was to notice me or pay attention to me, they would see that now my head is kind of affixed in that direction, no matter where the person carrying me moves.
I mean, I would think Cornelius would be the first one to notice your head turning, so he's gonna take a look in that direction too.
All right, from your bar stool, kind of turn and you see Cardia. The clown that separated from you as you ran from the goblin army and entered Sheotath's cave.
Oh, I wonder where that guy went.
Beep boop boop beep boop beep.
Yeah, the last time you saw him was whenever you were running away and he was kind of giving you a bow and a wave.
Is he the one that middle fingered?
No, he is
Yeah.
not the one who middle fingered.
No, that was Naked Man.
He also wasn't naked. But
The guy with the X on his eyes.
he was wearing a mask with an X between his eyes.
Close enough.
Yeah, pretty close. But no, this is
I'm gonna.
the garish assortment of colors with mismatched sleeves and polka dots on one and stripes on the other, you know.
So like a. No, that doesn't translate. I was gonna say like a Gleeman, but nobody hears Red Wheel of Time, so
Correct. I have no clue what that is. But
they're kind of like traveling performers.
yeah, you could say that. But he actually introduced himself whenever you first met as part of the Vonomois entertainment group.
I'm gonna go over and poke him.
All right. So he's just got his feet up on a table, kind of leaning back in a chair, balancing and asleep with his head against the wall. But he's got this this smile on his face, like he might be having a good dream.
In that case, I will not poke him, lest I wake him up.
He must be dreaming about candy.
Oh,
Or apple.
I have a visual for you guys. A lesser Kefka to help you with the visualization of his clothing.
Actually, that is exactly what I was thinking of when you were describing his clothes. I thought it kind of sounds like you're describing Kafka's clothes.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about. He's not as poofy as Kefka, and I'm thinking of the Dissidia version. Doesn't have as many just randomly sticking out tassels and everything. But yeah, he's
Well, yeah, they had to simplify his design.
yeah, he's a simplified Kefka with a more card-based and dice-based theme about his face paint. Because he's got the suits of cards under his eyes. But yeah, he's over in the corner, just kind of chilling. And if you don't want to poke him, do you still want to approach him at all?
I will.
All right. Well, he kind of doesn't really move as you approach him, and his chest rises and falls. And he's just kind of chilling. Actually, let me see if he would possibly notice you. Nah, he would still be asleep.
I'm seriously debating whether to try stacking peanuts on his face.
Oh, there are peanuts around.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that, because A, I'm pretty sure he's taller than me, so that would be quite a feat. I'd probably need to stand on the table.
Well, he is, sitting down in a chair and leaning back, so his head would be kind of closer to your height now. Just a little bit.
How does one stack?
I will stack peanuts on his head.
All right.
I'm assuming sleight of hand.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand to see how many you can stack. All right, it's getting a little wobbly after you stack about 4. But then you don't really know when this happened, but he just seems to kind of be balancing it and trying to help you out. Like, to make sure it doesn't fall. And he even kind of lowers himself so that you can easily put another one.
Is Is he really asleep?
Not anymore. But he didn't seem to mind any of it.
I shall comment on his being awake now. Just as soon as I find the word, my head's a little foggy. I shall ask him how long he has been awake.
Oh,
there.
about 2 peanuts or so.
Ha. I
Adam.
shall apologize profusely.
It's alright. Go ahead, put another one. Let's see how
See,
many
I
we
don't-
can go. Let's get to the ceiling. Then again, that might be a little too heavy for my neck. I'm not the strongest boy.
He's baby.
Well, let's go for it. I'm going to try and do a new record.
Alright. This'll, he'll help you out by trying to keep everything steady. So, roll me another sleight of hand as you're stacking them. Alright, so he'll have to do, just a straight dexterity check. Alright, he's able to stabilize it, so they don't fall, but you weren't able to get that many on there. So you got, I'd say you got about 6 now, total. So you were able to put 2 before.
They're probably drawing a small crowd, like, whoa, dinner and a show.
I was like, what are they doing? What is the point of this? But yeah,
I shall comment on his dexterity. He is certainly very impressive.
yeah, you got to be pretty limber and quick in my line of work. You know, getting shot out of cannons and fitting yourself in tiny little carriages.
Yeah, that'd do it. Also, I can just imagine the crowd of people just sitting around the tavern staring at this small rabbit man stacking peanuts on a clown's face.
Only in D&D, am I right?
Yeah, like, totally.
But yeah, he's willing to go for more until you are ready to stop this, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Don't want to topple them all over the place and make a mess.
Alright. That's fine. And he'll try to, like... He's gonna try to... grab the bowl and kind of bop each one of them into it one by one. And I'm just gonna say that he misses. And then starts picking them up, but not putting them in the bowl, just putting them on the table. And he looks over at the barkeep who's being really nice to you guys. Is like, I'm gonna eat them. 3-second rule.
I mean, they're still in the shell, too, so I don't imagine it would be that much of an issue.
And that's whenever he puts the whole thing, shell and all, in his mouth and starts crunching it up. He gives you a big toothy grin with just peanut shell all in his teeth. Like he's doing it on purpose, but... Then he kind of sits back down in his chair. Same way, balancing on 2 legs. He says, so how can I help you?
Cornelius will respond, So I noticed you separated from us when we were making our retreat. How did you make it here?
Oh, as I said, I'm pretty fast and flexible. I just fun little fact. Did you know that if you do a flip, nothing can hurt you?
Cartwheel.
Seems legit.
I
You
think
know, I'm referencing wheat to wheat.
that's actually another just a reference to dodge rolls with iframes. But yeah, that's kind of where I got cartwheel from.
Hmm.
It's like, I have the frames to dodge everything.
So yeah, he's playing around, but basically I just ran. But I kind of wanted to continue with our little quest and be a little helpful. Don't want Mr. Red Smear to get on my case for anything. So I decided to get to town as quickly as possible and see if I could get some information on our little parader.
Oh, what have you learned so far?
It seems that there was a person matching his description that was heading towards the town of Torin. I don't really know why, but if they have the princess, there's supposed to be a kind of like this weird holy tower there. Maybe they're gonna do some kind of weird ritual thing or something. Sacrifice her, maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's never a good sign. Holy towers plus princesses usually equals doomsday. Should probably tell the rest of the party about this.
We got time though. They're going nowhere in the rain.
One can hope.
Yeah, well, on their way, they wouldn't have nearly as much safety as we have in town. So they're probably holed up in some kind of some cave, just dreading the water coming closer to them.
Well, with any luck, we can catch up to them before too long. After all, it wouldn't do to have our princess sacrificed before we rescue her, would it?
We can only hope. But yeah, I went to do that so that maybe I would be forgiven for not going to actually get her. The guy who brought the goblin army seemed a little strong for my liking, and I'm not one for fighting in general. I've done it before, but only if necessary. I much prefer games of chance, really.
He's a gambler, man.
And he starts playing with his cards again.
Well, good work on gathering the information. I shall relay it to the rest of the group.
And he says, "Alrighty," and kind of
And so,
looks at a pile of clothes right next to him. He's like, "You don't know what I had to see to get that information."
That can't be worse than Muppets having sex.
That was awesome, and you know it.
You didn't even see it.
I was putting myself in your shoes, Noober. I was wondering how you felt, so I tried.
There was silly string everywhere. But yeah, he bids you adieu and looks at his new clothes that do not look like anything he would wear, just kind of crumpled on the floor right next to him. And you head back?
Yes, I shall head back and relay the information on where the princess's captors have been heading to Dominicus as the de facto leader of our party.
Is he here?
Tanner's gone and muted.
Hmm. Figures.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so
We'll just
What?
assume he's very interesting information thou hast given me.
yeah, I think Dominicus will sometimes have to be a community character.
Yeah, and you'd probably say that we should set off as soon as we've rested. Nadis'
rest
back will have to wait.
We'll go with it.
I mean, I could give Nadis a scrub down.
Just don't get me wet. Sometimes I remember timelines where I wasn't made immune to water, and I think that timeline is now.
But yeah, you relay the information to not just Dominicus, because you know everyone can hear you, except for Vitari.
Yeah.
And Prisma.
Well, I assumed you would be done with your candy making by now, but yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fine. I guess.
I mean, you're an expert. You can probably half the time, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how much time has passed.
I guess technically, since everything is happening all at once, maybe like 10 minutes.
There we go. I'm just now finishing making candy. Let's go with that.
All right. Your candy making is done, and you are just in time to hear what was being said by Cornelius.
Munch, munch. What I miss? Munch, munch.
I guess Dimitri will pop up and say, "Well, it seems we have to go to Torin to rescue our purloined princess. If we are still going that way. I know I am."
I mean, I'm never one to turn down saving a damsel in distress.
Are we going after the princess now?
I mean, it's still
Yeah.
Well,
raining.
once the rain lets up.
But yeah, Cornelius has found information to tell you where they were going. And that they should be held up by the rain because they don't have as much cover and the foreknowledge that it was happening.
You are insufferable, Babo.
The deadly, deadly rains.
So we might have a timeline because the gambler, I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Well, you wouldn't know
he-
it because you're a rhino.
Yeah, I know.
So you're good.
I'm not even. I'm trying to just tell Tanner what we've just learned, that there might be a rush because they might be going to sacrifice her at this tower. And we all role-played your character for a few minutes.
Sick.
So yeah, at the moment you are stuck inside because if even one piece of that rain touches you, it could just straight kill you or turn you into a molded zombie of eternal suffering that cannot die unless killed.
Wait, what?
No way.
I guess it means no natural deaths for you.
Yeah, no natural deaths. Like, someone would
Yeah.
have to put you down and out of your misery if you
On the
become
other
a
hand, it
molded.
is free immortality.
Yeah. And the DM gets your character.
Well,
I don't like that at all.
I think the only one out of the people around you that could possibly last more than one drop is probably Okrith, but he would also probably succumb to it pretty quickly.
Would it melt me?
It would probably corrode and rust you more than melt you.
Ah. Okay.
So you would probably, since it's a decay incarnate, you would probably just instantly rust and then fall to dust.
Okay.
But yeah, as a little thing of what everyone's doing, Vitari's taking his bath. Dimitri and Phineas are eating their stew happily, and you see that Dimitri has a special teacup and an entire tea set out right beside him, and Phineas is pouring him some tea from his own personal cups and stuff. And Phineas even has his own personal cup that's a little less flowery. But he's drinking the same tea. And, yeah. You guys just need to take over from here, I guess.
Boy, this must be a really bad time to say that I really need to go pee, isn't it? Then again, I'm not really the most verbose character.
Yeah, you got time if you want.
Yeah.
Or we could all go pee. Together, as a group.
I mean, it works for ladies.
Whoever has to sit down will have to spread their legs really wide, though. So that everyone can get their streams in between their legs.
alrighty.
So Vitari, how's your bath, I guess?
It's going pretty great.
Okay, next. Is that candy good?
I need to make arrows. How do I do that?
How do you make arrows? Do you have any wood carving tools or anything?
No.
Do you have a knife or anything?
I got my dagger.
Dagger works. Do you have any spare wood?
Not really.
Do you have anything that arrows are made of?
No.
No,
don't
you
have
can't
cocktail
make
sticks.
arrows.
There's the
I-
banana cocktail sticks.
I'm gonna say there's some
I mean-
toothpicks.
I mean,
She
I
could
know
use
I've been-
sugar.
I know I've been calling her arrows toothpicks, but she's actually bigger than toothpick-sized arrows. Since she's 10 inches tall, that's almost a foot.
So they're too small. Okay, I'll just have to wait for the rain to stop. And we can go to a shop.
I mean, once it lets out and Doesn't even have to necessarily stop, just needs to lighten up a little bit because it's raining pretty heavy outside. The chance of a stray drop hitting you or anything like that diminishes by a wide margin. So you could technically go while it's still raining. You just gotta wait until it lessens and isn't coming down as hard. So you could go shopping and everything in this town if you want.
Woohoo. Well, I guess I'll just chill in the room and stuff until like rain lets up.
Okay. Do you... Yeah, you'd be able to open the door yourself. I was about to be mean. But you go...
Like, this is my bed.
The whole bed is yours?
The pillow is my bed.
Oh, okay. Do you mind sharing the pillow with someone?
But the fish is
Sure.
finally getting fat off that candy.
I can
Clearly.
share my bed.
I mean, each twin bed has like 2 pillows. There's like one regular size and a like a small one. Because of the decorations that Dimitri and Phineas have put out.
Fine, but whoever shares my bed better not hog it all.
Also, you can hear splashing as you're in there.
No, I would already been out by now.
Oh, you would have already been out by now?
Yeah. I'd just be enough to rinse off all the blood.
Didn't use soap?
I mean, I would have to use soap to help get the blood off.
Okay, good.
Jeez.
Sick.
Yes. Bizarre would probably already be kind of knocked out on one of those beds.
Wearing one of the complimentary bathrobes. Okay, actually, I'll give you a choice because there would be an assortment of silk bathrobes. Or you could take the complimentary one.
Alright, so
There's one of every
be-
color.
I'm guessing those silk robes are Dimitri's thing there.
Yeah,
Is there a
kimono style.
stylish lavender one?
There is a stylish lavender one.
Alright, Dominicus will take that one and then go sleep in the stable with
Go
his
sleep in
lioness.
the
with his cup of coffee.
Take an orange
Dime
one.
Cup of Joe.
You take the orange one?
Yes.
Alright, it's got a nice fall kind of pattern on it. It's like of these weird things that... I mean, I don't think you've ever seen orange leaves, but there are orange leaves on that.
I mean, I've seen orange leaves.
I mean, you are in the capital, or not the capital, but the Druid College city. That's where you grew up, so. Yeah, you may have seen fall. They may have simulated it for everyone.
Yeah. Slap that on. Yeah, I'm just passed out already.
All right, well, Prisma, you see Vitari passed out on one of the beds. I'm gonna go ahead and say face down, just like.
Yeah.
I see what he's doing here.
I don't see what I'm doing now, apparently.
He's referencing your character in Conan that you just plop face down.
Oh, that's a good callback, but I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Just face down in the compost heap.
Yeah.
But yeah, Prisma, you see Vitari passed out on one of the beds. And then you start having your little "this is my bed" pillow thing that you were doing.
Yep, it's my
Hey, man. Oh man.
He's mine.
I just start rolling around on it like, yay, comfy.
And then I guess because of what was just said, Dominicus comes in and takes him a bath and takes the lavender robe and goes out to the stables to sleep with Nadas in a silk robe.
A silk robe.
It's the best way to
Oh.
sleep, you know?
Hay,
Other than
dirt.
naked on a pile of money.
Yeah. Hay, dirt, and animal feces abound in a silk
No, no,
robe.
not cold metal on my back.
Oh,
Only the
fantastic.
finest room for champions.
I am surely dressed in a manner befitting of my rooms.
A room befit for a king.
I'm sure it'll smell wonderful when he's done with it.
I did it.
You guys wish you could have my luxury.
I got hay.
Hey.
I finished the martial arts type. Wait.
Cool. What's Sigismund
Yeah.
doing right now?
He's doing what he always does.
Okay, I just wanted to
either-
check in.
Either walk around like a little droid because no one's carrying him, or if he's being carried, then he just kind of lays on them like a pelt.
Like, if somebody was to wrap your arms around their waist, would they be able to kind of buckle your hands like a belt?
Yes.
Sweet.
Sieg is kind of an equipment. He's a sentient equipment.
Wow, what a bitch.
He's just a
Really?
sentient magic item. But alright, yeah.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Is Vitari asleep?
Yes.
Do you snore?
Probably lightly.
Are you snoring
pretty tired.
now? Wait, you don't have a mustache. Never mind.
Can Vitari even grow facial hair?
Probably not.
So Prisma's not going to start prowling around the inn to try to find a mustache stranger that's snoring.
Holy crap, that's a good idea. I think I will do that.
And then if they wake up, they're like, "I'm the Tooth Fairy. Don't worry about it. You can go back to sleep." Then you chloroform them.
Yeah, can I do that? Can I fly through the halls and start listening in for anybody who's snoring really loudly in the rooms?
Yeah, give me an investigation. Or not an investigation. Perception, sorry.
This is literally the only way.
I
Wow.
mean, I was gonna let you have the 18 for the investigation, but I mean, it's the same roll, so
Take your pick. Which one is it, man? You
yeah.
can
Which one do you want to
only
use?
choose
Either one, I guess it's 18.
Well,
Well, you
you're
know-
able to hear through one of the doors. There's somebody snoring in one of the rooms.
All right, let's
He may or may not be in the stables.
fingers crossed it there. Did they have a mustache? I'm gonna slide open the door to avoid creaking it and peek inside.
You peek inside, and you see that the man has a mustache.
Mustache. Mustache.
I have a room.
Baby.
I pick
I
up my
have a room.
and a bag, and I'm like, "You're mine." And I'm
He can
gonna
cuddle with Lane in his room.
shave.
You gonna give him a shave, not just take a few?
Hey, she needs extra for more potions.
Well, wait, hang on.
I was
Where's that?
spraying the tile with it because there was a mess that the dog made last night.
A fully shaved mustache from a snoring sleeping man. So fully shaved.
And why does it say it's called Tilex?
It says fully shaved.
Well, it worked.
So I'm gonna give him a shave.
So
All right. I'm gonna need a sleight of hand.
basically.
Hmm.
I mean, we didn't have anything else to clean it with.
He kind of rolls over as you get a little closer. He's like,
Looks like she's gonna have to turn the machine on. So that way, you know.
he kind of, as he rolls over, you kind of see that he's like hunches a little bit, and his butt's kind of in the air. I wanna ride the pony.
Oh, I was going to
Pulling a
completely
Sid from
different.
Toy Story.
I thought he was gonna fumigate her. All right.
And he just continues.
Witten.
Dave.
Nobody's saying anything, so I'm just gonna keep snoring.
I mean,
I'm
kind of
wondering
waiting to
how
see
long
if
to
she
go.
gets the thing. The things, all of the mustache.
Well, I'm saying that she was unable to because he turned around.
Yeah, so she could just turn or like.
I mean, she
float
has to
over.
try another one.
Oh.
Let's try it again then.
That's
So
what I'm
another
saying.
sleight-
She failed the sleight of hand. That's what I'm saying.
So I gotta try again with it?
Yeah, you gotta
Charisma
kind of.
fails to steal her target.
No!
She tries again from a different perspective.
Well, don't worry. It's a contest.
I need some Benny Hill here.
All right, so he flops over again, kind of pushing you back as you like fly up, so that he doesn't like get stabbed by what you're trying to shave him with. And he flops really like animatedly and violently, kind of bouncing on the bed as he throws all the covers off of himself, and he's just splayed out.
Christmas just like pouting and like, will you just let me have your mustache?
And to that he says,
This is this is where we're here at. This is where we're at today.
The more you know.
This is where we're at.
he slaps his crotch and scratches himself, and then just like,
We're at
and he
What is she
stays
trying to
still.
steal?
we're in an inn trying to shave some sleeping dude. And it's not even just us, it's just a pixie. This is where we're at. You know, after balancing some peanuts on a clown, we're now trying to shave a stranger as he sleeps as a pixie.
Shave is shameful.
But yeah, he stays still this time.
And I'm gonna shave it and put it into my bag.
And as you're
It's a
shaving
silly
it, you realize that he hasn't been snoring
Uh-oh.
for a couple seconds.
Oh
And you look down at him, and his chest isn't moving.
Oh, you
Huh?
killed him.
no! What?
Does she get experience for that?
And then
Do what?
as you're looking over this person who has stopped breathing, you just kind of freeze.
Heart attack it is.
I never freeze.
And the sound, the silence in the room is broken by a
Is he foaming at the mouth?
He's got sleep apnea.
and now he is snoring again, and you can finish shaving him.
Okay. Prisma's like, I hope that doesn't ruin the effect of the magic.
But yeah, he is completely shaven. And
I mean, that sounds like
Alright.
you've done him a favor. You should have just done half of it.
Time to go to the next room.
Gotta be fully shaved.
One potion clearly can be wasted on the wrong thing, so we need more than one potion. Or, you know.
well, that was the only room that had anybody snoring in it at the moment. But maybe later, after more people go to sleep.
Well, it's 1d10 plus 4 pinches of pixie dust, so like that's quite a bit of pixie dust I'll be able to use from just one batch.
Does angel dust do pixie dust?
Snort pixie dust, like it's a line of cocaine.
Yeah.
And are you saying anything about pixie dust, like, out loud?
No, not really. I'm just kind of mumbling to myself, like,
Here we go. This will be perfect for my pixie dust.
And what can you do, my effeminate fellow? I can suck it in.
All right,
yeah.
well,
Once I
while
take it,
while
just
you
leave.
are muttering to yourself and so proud of your accomplishment of shaving a snoring man who almost died just because he stopped breathing.
I don't think anyone cares about his life.
well, I do. I stabbed him.
You shaved him. You didn't hurt him, unless you're really, really bad at shaving someone. I mean, you made one potion before this time, so you know clearly you have experience.
But anyway, you
Spirito.
kind of hear out of the corner. Psst. Hey. You you in the market?
I just look over, and I'm guessing this is a person who's awake.
Yeah, he's in the hall. I heard you talking about pixie dust. I don't have no pixie dust, but if you want, I got a little black ice.
Excuse you. I'm rather traumatized by that as of late. I fell off a cliff for that.
Well, I will leave the gentleman's room, leave him back to his snoring, and I'll just be like,
What's black ice?
Oh well, and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out this little case. And he opens it up, and you see this kind of black... It just looks like a black piece of glass.
Is black ice cold to the touch?
And he puts... This isn't actual black ice.
Oh.
And he puts a little glove on. Little pinches and breaks a little piece off. Puts the case back in his pocket and pulls out a mirror. And he starts cutting it into dust. And puts it in a line.
Oh, he's totally gonna snort it.
And yes, he is going to snort it.
Filipino kush.
And you can instantly see the effects, how his eyes dilate. And he begins hopping around. And it almost seems as though he is actually faster, like leaving a trail behind him of motion
his
blur.
black cocaine.
Christmas just watching all this, like, whoa! That's what happens when you snort the black sugar?
Yeah. And if you want, I could give you a little bit. It'll cost a little bit, but you know, it's pretty good stuff. It's pure, and if you're
Licking his teeth.
if you're in
Hi.
it can even help out in battle a little bit too, if you're inclined to that sort of work.
You must be having the biggest sugar high of your life right now. Wow!
You could say that.
That's not far from the truth either.
How much for some?
Hey, watch this real quick. Watch this. And he puts his hand on a table, pulls out a dagger. You watching? And he starts tapping the dagger in
like you
between
should
his
roll for
fingers faster and faster.
I feel like you should roll for that, and if he crit fails, he kills himself, and she could just steal the black ice.
I mean, he's not gonna kill himself even if he crit fails. He would just stab his hand.
Or cut a finger off.
And he kind of...
Why you go?
He's going pretty fast and pretty good, and then he does get his index finger a little bit. And he reels back, and he's like... So, I'll give you a dime bag, if you want.
Sure, how much?
It's a dime bag. It's 10 gold.
10 gold. Okay, I'll take a little bit of the black sugar.
All right, and you will have, for you, since you're smaller, I'm gonna say 20 snorts. But you're gonna have to, you know, powder it yourself because he's gonna give it to you in solid form.
Look at who you're talking to. I deal with sugar all the time. I know how to create powder.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying you're not getting it already powdered.
You could probably cut it with some sugar to make it go further.
Sounds a little, experienced there, huh? There's something you're not telling us, Nuba?
No, I've never done that.
But anyway, you hand him the money, and he's like, "Sweet. I'll be I'll be in town for a little while longer if you need any more. But don't tell anybody where you got this. I will kill you. Nothing.
Prisma's just gonna slowly float away, watching him warily.
Enjoy your sugar high. Thanks for the sugar.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
Prisma
go
should
back
probably
to my
try
room.
some.
All right, and you go back to your room.
You have to make sure you got the good stuff. Maybe he's just naturally, like that. Never know.
But yeah, so what's everybody else doing? I assume Prisma's now taking her bath in a teacup or something.
I was gonna say in the sink since it's probably more roomy.
Oh yeah, sink
A
works.
swimming pool for her. Pleasure.
Thank you.
So I'm pretty sure she's not as covered in blood as the rest of us.
Yeah, she kind of flies out of range of everything.
Doesn't mean I don't like to take a bath
Yeah, it's comfy.
and splishy splash around.
Step off, unconscious mind of Vitari.
Yeah, what's everybody else doing?
Yeah, what's everybody else doing? She just did a drug deal.
What a drug deal, yep.
Yeah,
I'm kinda just-
I'm good.
I'm kind of just keeping an eye on the group in my low power state. If anything comes up, anything suspicious, just gonna beep boop beep boop beep boop.
And Cornelius is doing a little bit of maintenance on his gear before bed.
Doing a couple hits on your what?
Doing maintenance on his weapons and armor before bed,
Oh,
making sure
maintenance.
everything's up to scratch.
All right. Yeah. And as you're kind of doing maintenance on your weapons, you can see that Dimitri is kind of thumbing at his white iron dagger. And doesn't seem like he really knows how to fix the damage that had been taken by that last attack from Aruget. You can see that there's a nice kind of a gem inlaid from the fuller to the hilt. And that gem is cracked now. So he's trying to do a little bit of maintenance on his, but it doesn't seem like he actually knows what he's doing.
I'm tempted to take a peek over at that, but I am fairly confident that I have no idea how to repair that or the materials involved. If I threw an Arcana at that, would I be able to analyze the weapon's magical properties and see if maybe I know anything about the maintenance of such a weapon?
You'd probably be able to get a bit of information on it, but not necessarily what it does. I mean, you've seen what it does, but like you might be able to piece it together with an Arcana check, but for the most part, you wouldn't be able to just, you know, tell, if that makes sense. But you can go for it, and depending on what it is, I'll give you some info.
Yeah, I'll throw some Arcana at it, see what happens, and maybe if I can find something down the line that might be of interest in repairing it, I could help him out.
Yeah, you know that whenever he activated it, it grew a blade of light from it that just extended it a little bit, but for the most part, that's about all you know. You could assume that maybe it's like some kind of transmutation enchantment of some sort, but or maybe a conjuration because it creates the light.
Oh.
But yeah, at the moment that's about all you know.
Well, I'll keep an ear out and see if I can find any other information that may be helpful later from other people. But for the moment, I'm just going to file that away under things to deal with later.
All right. Yeah, he just at first glance, he seems to be a little sad about it, but you know, anytime he catches anybody looking at him, he puts on a haughty smile. But yeah, as you all pile into the room, Varsum and Tolston kind of set up on the floor. On one of the rugs that was placed down. It's a pretty plush rug, so might actually be kind of comfy.
Cool.
Vitari's passed out, and I guess anybody who wants to take a bath as well can just do it. I mean, you guys have been pretty nasty, and then you got into water, but you weren't like actively trying to wash yourselves off, so it probably just made you sticky for more dust and blood and stuff.
Yeah,
I
probably got
bet
more
that
mud
jerk
in it.
doesn't have a nice robe for my size. Everybody else gets fancy robes. How come I don't?
Huh? Yeah, go ahead and put it up.
Do I get to like roll a thing for me taking a bath? Cause water.
No, I think you'd be alright in a bath.
Oh, okay.
If you want to be. If you want to be so scared of water that you can be afraid of even small amounts, then I guess you can. But
I mean, I've bathed a cat before.
and are
I
you
have
saying
to,
that out
like-
loud as Prisma, by the way?
Got a cut.
I am. It's like, how come there's no rope for me?
He looks. He kind of puts his dagger back in its sheath. Stands up straight and says, I'm very sorry, you're right. Phineas! And you see as Phineas just pulls out a sewing kit with a sewing needle. And I think he would look to see which colors are not taken, if anybody hasn't taken one, and ask what color you'd prefer out of those.
Pink!
Pink? I think we have pink. Phineas, if you would please. And you just see as Phineas pulls up the full-size pink robe. And Dimitri pulls out his dagger once again and holds it up to Prisma, not in a threatening way. Kind of like he's measuring to take a picture. Just kind of closing one eye and putting it right up next to you.
What, like a artist holding his paintbrush?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Phineas just holds at two ends the robe so that the silk fabric is straight. And Dimitri begins to slice into it with his dagger before putting it back. And that's when Phineas takes the small cutout square and begins sewing by hand and folding and cutting with shears and everything. Seems like he's a pretty good seamster for a armored brute with a warhammer. And it takes about maybe 5 minutes. And you have a robe, a pink robe your size.
Yay! Thank you!
Anytime, little one.
Now she'll just twirl around in it like, it's so soft! You even made slits for my wings!
And, Phineas is like, yeah, I aim to please. But, yeah. Now you have a silk robe just your size.
Yeah!
And Dimitri even will say, and feel free to keep your robes, if you wish. They could be a gift from me to you.
It's like, yay, I have something nice to wear now. To bed.
So, what's everybody else doing?
Did you have fun?
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Just silently, not trying to wake anyone up.
Not trying to taunt any snake ladies.
Well, Cornelius will certainly be taking a bath once he finishes with the maintenance on his gear.
Yep, just everybody's taking
I'm eating a mouse right now.
Wow. Brain just died there. Taking turns having a bath.
Brain fart.
Having a good wank.
And it seems like as more people have a bath and get comfy, less people are leaving for the next person to have a bath. So Vitari got to have a actual, like,
Actual private.
an actual
bath.
private bath Prisma was in there with Vitari, who was passed out, so that was pretty private. But,
Yeah.
like, every time one extra person comes into the room and they don't leave.
Oh
But-
no, Cornelius is waiting his turn.
But that's why there's a partition there. There's a folding partition that was set up by Dimitri and Phineas. And once everybody is done and nice and comfy and put to their place, you hear a knock at the door.
We have plenty of towels. Thanks.
Oh, I mean, I'm not giving you towels.
Oh. Then I will open the door for whoever it is.
Oh, it's Okrith.
Oh. Hi, hi, Okra.
Hey, look, I know I said I wouldn't stay in the room with you guys, but would it be cool if I use your bath too?
Of course it is. Come on in.
All right, thanks. I'm kind of nasty with the whole stuff, but don't worry, I'll be quick and I'll make sure not to touch anything you guys are gonna touch that might hold on to the stuff. And he places his sword up against the wall with a big old clunk. And
Whoa. It
yes.
always has this advantage, so how do you know you missed the floor or hit the floor?
You know what? All right. No, he's able to place it just fine. If that would have failed, if that would have been below a 10, I was gonna have it fall on a puppet.
You're such a dick.
And he begins to undress in front of everyone.
Christmas like, "Ah!" and she covers her eyes.
He's like, "What?"
Vitari's still asleep. So.
Prisma will be like, I'm a girl. You can't just change in front of me.
Huh? You mean this isn't normal?
Maybe for you, but not for me.
Oh, I'm used to a. Sorry, I'm used to a public baths.
There are bathtubs for public?
Yeah, me and the whole tribe would get in a really big bath all at the same time. It was kind of like a whole tribe thing.
Wouldn't that be weird, though? Looking at everybody naked?
Well, I guess if you're just used to it, no. But if you're not used to it, yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
It's like, don't people stare at you? Or
Not really.
Are you tempted to stare at other people?
I mean, if there's someone who's pretty good looking and we're not related by blood, by very close ties, then I guess yeah, but for the most part, it's easy to hide if you're desensitized to something, you know?
I just like that he's probably unbuckling everything and putting them down as he's talking.
Oh no, he would have stopped because of other people's discomfort.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he would have already had his shirt off and stuff like that. And you'd be able to see that the black at his fingertips and hands kind of goes up to the middle of his forearm. Or not really the middle of his forearm, but this just past the wrist into the start of the forearm. Or wait, which one's the forearm again?
Forearm is like right beneath your elbow.
Could we start from the wrist? Is that the forearm? Or is
Yeah.
it the part with the bicep?
It's the forearm is the entire part from
Forearms
your wrist
between
to
the
your
wrist
elbow.
and the elbow, man.
Okay, I don't know why I always get that one, like, it's like I always get it right, but then think I'm wrong.
It's like
the
wrist,
forearm is
elbow,
the fourth
upper arm.
section from your torso.
That is very unhelpful. I'm just gonna go with, like, just past the wrist. There we go.
Yeah, it's wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder.
Okay, well, just past the wrist and down into the forearm a little bit, the black goes, and you can see that most people are pretty pale down here with the lack of natural sunlight and having to use those drift globes to simulate sunlight. But he seems paler than even the usual. And you can see black veins under his skin. As he kind of hobbles with his clothes behind the partition. Using his clothes to touch the partition to, like, move it into place so he doesn't touch it himself. Just in case. And you can hear as the water begins to kind of splash as he's doing it, as he's having his bath.
So who's got the smallest head?
You.
You.
Other than me!
Me?
Yeah, probably.
But you don't sleep on a bed.
The rabbit? You're really making this hard.
But the ears are long.
Yeah.
I guess Vitari then.
I guess
But what
so.
about them braids and that updo?
Yeah. Well, Prisma really does like to cut people's hair.
I just want the pillow that has the most room.
There'd probably be enough around Atari.
I even said there were 2 pillows on each bed.
Yeah.
So you could have a pillow all to yourself. Unless somebody decides that they want to, like, bunk up with Vitari and you. But I don't think they'd do that since he's already asleep. That's something that you talk about before you go to sleep.
Yes. I would just say no.
Well,
Busy?
let's see.
Mm-hmm.
There's Cornelius in here.
It was also graduation weekend.
Vegas, Atari. Dominicus is in the stables with Natus. Farsman and his dad are here. So that's at least 6 people in the room. And if there are 2 beds with 2 pillows each, there's only 4 pillows.
Sorry.
Okay.
There.
I would feel guilty to hog a pillow all to myself.
There.
Yeah.
Vitari, you're talking in your sleep.
Thank you.
These are his dreams. He dreams of his family.
Sorry, she was adjusting my headset for me. I didn't need it, but she did it. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, I don't think, as I said before, Varsum and Tolston are gonna sleep on one of the rugs that Dimitri put down.
Oh.
There is also a fold-out cot that has been put up that has been put up in the room. There are two of them actually side by side, both embroidered with fanciful designs in different colors, and small on the side says Dimitri, and the other one says Phineas. So they've got cots, so they don't need to share a bed. Okarith said that he is definitely not staying in the room with you guys after his bath.
Oh, come on. There's like 2 women there.
Yeah, but
Fine, then I'll just take a pillow for myself.
it's real close quarters. He doesn't want to touch any of you.
Ah.
Seems smart.
And it's like one of those fluffy pillows too, so as I sit on it, I bounce a little like wee.
Yeah, it's a running theme that he really does not want to accidentally hurt anyone. And as you're bouncing on... Which pillow are you bouncing on?
I guess the one next to Vitari.
Vitari, you kind of feel this, like...
It's like, I'm probably still asleep though. Just in my sleep, I think it's an earthquake.
Earthquake. It's like this is much better than the ground. So I guess everybody's gonna settle down for bed then?
I want
Yeah.
to assume so.
Yeah. I think everyone is going to bed now.
I think so.
Okarith kind of is about to put his clothes back on because he doesn't want to mold up one of those nice robes. When Dimitri says, "Hold on a moment," and he reaches around the partition and says, "Hand me your clothes." And Akar's just like, "Why do you want my clothes?" "To clean them, of course. I know you're just going to mold them up again, but I can at least get rid of the mold that's already there."
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
And then he's kind of puts the clothes in his hand. You kind of see it go poof, and his hand kind of drop with the weight. Pulls it back around, and you see him start casting a spell, just kind of waving his hand over everything, and it's just ironing and cleaning it. With prestidigitation. Before he hands it back around. And as Okarith comes out from behind the partition, You see him the cleanest he has ever been. And he slips on his gloves. Again. He says, thanks for the bath. And, thanks for cleaning my clothes. I'll be out in the bar. I'll let you guys know if the rain lets up. That way we can get going. And he shuts the door. And now everyone has their long rest.
Alright. Am I level 5 now?
You're not level 5 now. You're level 4. But you've already done your level up, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it still matters because you still have that stuff and it can change things, but no, you do not level up. Over this long rest, do you guys want to talk about anything?
Don't know.
Can't think of anything.
No campfire stories?
I mean, if
No,
because long rest, I'm assuming they're asleep.
Well, you can also do light stuff for like at least 2 hours before actually going to sleep. But, yeah, if you guys don't have any, then whatever. It's fine. 8 hours go by. Heal and regain anything if you need to. But yeah, you are awakened by another knock at the door.
And who's gonna answer it this time?
Well, it
But
seems
like
like everybody is still asleep, so the knocking gets louder.
Inventory will wake up.
I mean, I kind of just start beeping the hell, you know. When knocking
God,
happens.
stumble to the door and crack it open. Let's go.
You see Okrith is there, kind of like rubbing his neck. He's like, hey, the rain hasn't stopped, but it's kind of died down a little bit. I said that I'd let you guys know
Oh, that's nice.
before we leave. We might want to go do a little bit of shopping or something. Get some supplies.
Yes. We'll do that once everyone is well rested.
Grandma's just drooling on the pillow and she's just snoring.
Snoresville.
Yes, well, I guess, yeah, he used the 2 hours of the long rest. I couldn't remember that word. Yeah, to get up, he got his stuff in before everybody.
Yeah, you got an extra 2 hours probably.
So he'll just put on his armor while everybody's asleep. I guess, I'll get a head start and I'll find the places around here. Take Awkward along. We're gonna find some places.
So you just leaving everybody else?
Yeah, they're probably still needing the rest. No, and no one else gets a little.
Since when do I need a rest?
Oh no, I was saying that after 8 hours. So
Oh. Kind of just looking at him leave.
Yeah.
so everybody else would have gotten another like a full rest. So you can wake other people up and take them with you if they want to go.
Oh, well then, yeah. See if anybody wake anybody's. Anyone good? Rested enough? They wanna go do a little shopping?
I need stuff for arrows. I need to go.
I need to look
No.
at my sticky note to see if I came up with something for this. Because you have now asked me a question.
Yeah, technically.
Oh, I do have one of these. Herm. Weeks pass. The small robot finds various tools of which to sit and utilize arts, not needing violence, but still helps others with violence. This is the war of the princess, told by many as the calling. And there's the whole mist around me.
Interesting.
Yes. So, I guess come along then.
Well, he has now been given an instruction, so he kind of just props up and starts, wobbling over there in his robot legs.
All right, so it's just Okrith, Vitari, and Sieg at the moment,
And Prisma,
and Prisma. Sorry,
leave me out.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Get me.
Brain said it, mouth didn't.
Do you work today, Whitney?
Yes.
Yes.
So we got a little over an hour left. I'm not happy.
But all right,
Well,
where would you
She
like
got
to go?
I would probably go and see Dominicus too if he's awake and ready and wanted to go.
All right, so you're checking on Dominicus and Natus.
Yes.
Dominicus and Natus, are you awake?
I've been awake for a few hours. I'm eating in the bed in.
Hmm.
Well,
See, now they're gonna have to pay for that.
it seems Dominicus is still asleep.
You know, you're in the stable, right? This is kind of a weird question, but isn't it a fact that when rhinos poop, they like swing their tail back and forth and like windshield wipe it away?
It's called muck
Wow.
spreading.
That's
Hmm.
it.
I mean, what?
I've already pooped out my good berry though.
So about
Oh
to
yeah,
say, like
that one little stone.
just filling the freaking stable with your rhino poop. And they're probably just used to horses. So your pile is probably like twice the size of a horse's.
Like I said, fertilizer would be gold dust down here, so they'd be thankful.
Whitney's enjoying this.
I think it's funny.
I don't know if Tanner's here or not, but I have a neighbor.
He'll be back eventually, I'm sure.
Someday.
Yeah, so He'll go with you, but just leave Nadis in the stable, maybe.
Okay. We'll bring you something back nice, Nadis.
I didn't know the word nice, so I'll tilt my head at that. That kind of means it's a promise, man.
I don't know if you know this, but that rhino will gore you.
All right, let's see where the shops are at.
All right. Well, there is actually a nice little directory. The streets are pretty bare of people at the moment, but there are some kind of going about their business and taking the risk because it has been diminished. And at that directory, you can ask where things are or what kind of things that are around. Because it's actually manned.
Okay.
Tourism department. Tourism department. Anybody needing a
Yes.
tourism department?
We'd like to know where, like, we can get some supplies for the road and
For the road.
weaponry.
Well, if you want concrete, I don't think we have any concrete, but
Oh,
maybe
I
the general
meant,
store
like,
might
for
have something to make a road out of.
I meant for traveling.
Oh, you want the carriage department.
Eh.
Well, the carriage department is down the street and to the left. You'll see a bunch of carriages and horses and such.
Yes,
I guess
Dominicus
that-
will say, yes, a carriage. Or a wagon. That would be a good idea.
That could be pretty useful. We do have a rhino.
Where can I get a place to make arrows?
Oh, we've got a blacksmith if you want something metal.
No.
If wood'll do you could probably just pop down to the farms. We got some druids there that fast grow wood so that we can repair stuff and make stuff. We don't have as many druids as the seed, but we've got enough that could help you out.
I need wood.
You need wood? Alright,
For a
well,
cart?
there's a nice fenced-in area about a couple blocks from here. You just go down the street, take the first left, take a right, and then you're there.
Thank you.
Anything else I can help with?
I don't think we need too much else.
I mean, you look to be the adventuring sort. We got a rune smith. We got a rune crafter if you've got the money for it. Could be a bit expensive, but a little extra magical help on an item can't hurt.
All right, we'll do that.
WheatTon,
Hmm?
are there great swords that do bleed damage? Is that a thing?
I mean, they all do bleed damage.
Yeah, you stab something or you cut something, they bleed.
Like, do you mean that can leave a cut and they have to, like,
Yeah.
patch themselves up?
Yeah.
There may be a rune for that.
Hmm.
For everything else, though.
I think there's a rune for that allows you... Yeah. The rune of wounding.
Ooh. What is?
Yeah, so the the tourist information guide just mentioned carriages, and I made Dominicus say, "Oh yes, that was a great idea."
Yes.
But I've looked at all the stats, and I think a wagon is the biggest I could pull just now.
For dragging something, and because it has wheels, I'd probably give you a little bit more leeway for this. But dragging something is 30 times your carry weight.
Holy moly, really?
Yeah, and so that would even be doubled because of your powerful build. Build.
Yeah.
It's just your math is not wanting to work today, huh?
My mouth never wants to work for me. My brain goes faster than my mouth can keep up with. I'm always like, in my head, I'm usually about 3 words ahead of my sentence that I want to say. And it starts mixing them together. But yeah, where do you want to go first? You now know the location of the runecrafter shop, the well, he didn't actually tell you the blacksmith location because you said you wanted wood, but you know the farm where you can buy lumber, and the wagon and carriage place.
Oh, well, let's get those arrows for Prisma going first, and then we can go pop by the ruins, and then go check out that wagon.
Oh, and as I was saying about the because the wagon is on wheels, I would give you a little bit more even. I would say, like, since you're dragging it and it has wheels to make it easier, you'd be able to, like, add an extra 10 to that times 30 to your... So it'd be, like, your strength score times 40.
Okay.
Overly simplifying things, but, you know, it's got wheels.
I like simple.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go get some arrows then.
Here's some arrows.
Well, I will be right back, because my tummy is rumbling something fierce.
Alrighty.
That's times 2 as well.
Yeah, still times 2. But so, where would you like to go first?
Oh, we to get the arrows.
To get the arrows? All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting arrows per se, but you're getting wood.
Getting the wood to make the arrows.
Wood for arrows. So you go down the street, you take the left, and then take the immediate right, and then continue down, and there you see the fenced off area with a nice field of green. And there are a number of druids with hoes in the fields, plowing the fields with.
Couldn't have swords around.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, I just didn't hear you.
It's okay. Keep going.
As well as a number of trees that are. You can see some sproutlings being planted, and then about 4 druids encircle it, hold their hands up, and begin chanting, and the sapling becomes a full tree in a matter of minutes.
Ooh.
Cool.
And the trees are then cut down by some big burly dudes that they might not actually be druids, but you don't really know. And they begin hacking it into easily transportable logs. And this is happening over the course of a couple of hours, so it's not happening all at the same time. So you're looking at different trees in different areas where all of this is happening simultaneously, instead of just sitting there for a couple hours watching this happen.
Ah.
You see a person kind of wiping off the sweat. Just kind of looks at you.
Hmm.
And begins walking over to you. Kind of swings an axe over his shoulder. You in the market for some plants or something?
This guy's getting fresh with us, isn't he?
I mean, you look kind of like you're shopping. So if I'm wrong, don't mind me, but you're just kind of looking around.
Well,
Yeah, he's getting
first
fresh
it's
with us.
pretty fascinating because I don't see this up close all the time. But also, my friend here, Prisma, would like lumber to replace some arrows.
I need
For
some
her.
my size.
Well, we could sell you like a log for cheap. I mean, we usually sell them in bundles, but since you're kind of small, you could probably make a good amount of arrows out of just one log. So we'll give you a discount.
Cool. How much?
I don't know. A full bundle of 6 logs is usually about 1 gold. So maybe 2 silver.
Thank
Like-
your stars.
Do you have change for a gold?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Then I hand over 1 gold.
All right, and he hands you 8 silver. Electrum doesn't exist. Electrum sucks.
You know, I didn't know what Electrum was, and now I do.
It's basically the nickel. The nickel of
Nickel.
D&D currency.
I mean, yeah.
Also, wrong chat. Silly.
So now I have 6 logs.
No, you just have 1 log.
Oh, 1 log. Okay.
Yes.
That's why he was saying he would give you a discount, because usually they're sold in a bundle. So
Right.
he'd give you just 1, because you being how big you are, 1 log could make a bunch of arrows.
Woohoo!
I mean, unless you want the whole bundle.
Nah, it's cool. I'll take the 1.
I mean, it'll also take you some time to carve them. Are you... I know I asked if you had wood carving tools, but are you proficient in wood carving tools?
I didn't really think about this. I mean, the only thing I'm technically proficient in at the moment is my poisoner's kit.
Okay, well, so you won't be able to add proficiency to it, but you can still do it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Can you gain proficiencies during gameplay?
I allow you to, if you work at something that you're not good at long enough, and there's... Basically, you can, like, try and practice at something, like, every day, and I bank your rolls for it as practice, and once you reach 500 points, you become proficient in it.
I'll make it known now that I want to be proficient with vehicles.
I think that's driving vehicles, but I guess you pulling one
You
would be
are a vehicle.
kind of work, you know?
So, while we're here at this farm,
Do you have any stones that can be made into arrowheads?
I don't think you need
What?
to get stones here, Missy.
Hey, I just thought of
Everywhere is a cave.
that.
That's
Never mind. Stupid question.
a good pick.
I literally just thought about it as you were pausing to answer. I'm like, I just asked the stupidest question I could ask.
What world were
They
you
say there's no
born?
stupid questions, but I just asked the stupidest one I could possibly ask. My bad. Pretend I did not say that. But yeah, okay, I'm good.
All right, so yeah, you got yourself a log.
And
What
can
rolls
start carving
downstairs?
that later. Let's go
Run
check
over's
out
your
those
neighbor's
rooms.
dog. Slog, log, log. Slog, log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, log. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love your log.
I think the fact that you have that memorized is so silly.
Alright, sorry, what? I got lost in Ren and Stimpy land.
To the rune.
To the Rune Crafter shop.
Rune crafter. Away.
Alright, well, it's also not that far of a walk. It's a little bit farther than where you started at to the farm. But you kind
This
of...
is
Hmm?
this is theoretically the kind of place that my I know a guy would take place in. Isn't it?
Do you want to invoke your I know a guy?
No, but you know, like, doesn't it seem like that kind of place?
A Rune Crafter?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he would be able to... He would be into... Since he's into magic items, he'd be into making magic items if he can't be a treasure hunter and find them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you something about my Noah guy, which would involve my the archetype, martial archetype I just came up with here. Unfortunately, this is not the time, but yeah,
Ask after
just
the
letting you know.
Alright. But yeah, the party of four make their way to the Rune Crafter. And it is a fairly small shop. And on the top of it you see Gallant Co. Rune Crafting.
Alrighty.
And you guys walk in and you are greeted with a number of stones on in a display case, as well as a dwarf behind the counter. And he says,
Alright.
"Welcome to Gallant Co., one in a large chain of many Gallant Co. Stores all throughout the kingdom. Make sure you browse our fine selection at any of these locations. What can I do for you?"
Okay. What runes you got here ready to go?
Well, we have our normal mass-produced runes. It's there's a lot of the same, but I'm going to roll.
Roll.
All right. So we got this rune here. You put it on a weapon, and your weapon attacks can deal an extra bit of corrosive damage. It corrodes through whatever it touches. It's good for fleshy things you need to take out. And we got this one right here. This one creates a magical. Well, I guess it might not create it. We don't actually know how the magic works, but it might create or call a little bird that helps you out in battle.
A little bird?
Yeah.
I wonder what a little bird can do.
Yeah, what exactly, how would it help you out?
Well, it seems that it kind of insults people and they take damage.
It's a mockingbird.
Huh.
Yes, that
So,
is
like,
that is
hurts
the
the
name of the
feelings real
rune. Yeah, we don't actually know how it works.
Huh.
The closest I can see is that the bardic spell Vicious Mockery is being cast from it.
Ah. Well. What else you got? That's pretty interesting, though.
We've got so, do you ever sometimes feel like you're kind of angry or sad and you don't want to be? Well, we got this one here. It calms you down. And you're always calm while you're underneath it. I think it also makes you stronger against charm and frighten spells and stuff like that.
Oh my god,
Imagine
Varson's
torturing
dad.
Natus's gameplay and giving that to him.
You gotta give that to Varson's dad.
Because he
What's
couldn't
a
rage,
rage?
right?
Yeah, what's a rage? I'm sorry, I don't feel that tremendous anymore.
Oh.
Okay, so just to keep, I don't know if that'll help us too much in our battles.
Also, how's my body work? That was such a weird question to ask. Herm, since I am literally a ribbit, doesn't that mean that I could have a rune inscripted on me?
We've already had this conversation, and the answer was yes.
Oh. Okay. Shit, I don't remember it. Conversation. Okay. How many can I put on me?
You can put a total of 3 on you.
Okay.
And you will be technically attuned to yourself as one magic item. And then you'd be able to put them on other items that you are holding and attune to those too, which can also have up to 3 depending on the size.
Okay.
Like if you try to put one on a locket or something, it's only going to hold like 1.
Do you have a store listing I can read through?
I mean, we're going through the store listing right now.
Yeah, but since it's vocal, I'll forget.
Write this down real quick.
Okay, let me put my can of Pep Suave down. Where I got a sticky note. I'll use my sticky note. Scrolling down. Okay, I'm ready.
Acid weapon rune.
Acid weapon.
Mockingbird rune.
Mockingbird.
And the calming rune.
Calm. And I'm assuming that these are just the ones you've said so far, and once you carry on with the listings, I should just keep track of them now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got 2 more.
Say, what does he say for these two more?
The next one, he pulls out and it's like, all right, so do you like colors?
Color spray?
No, not color spray, but
Oh,
says
that's dead.
well, this one makes your weapon sparkle in a color of your choice. Just makes it nice and pretty whenever you put it on that, and it will sometimes affect a target of an attack with the fairy fire spell
Ah,
for free.
Okay. All right.
Weave, I gotta show you Pixie Chill.
It's actually a
And-
really good spell.
And after that, we have another. Wait, I miscounted these. I rolled. I got 6 of them, not 5.
Oh, don't worry, I'm still.
We got 2 more pets actually. So we got a dog and a cat.
Cat dog rune?
Nope. 2 separate
Got
runes.
a dog.
This one's a
Cats.
dog, and this one's a cat.
They just summon the animals.
Well, this one right here, the cat one. Whenever somebody has this one on an item and they're attuned to it, it summons a cat that creates bad luck or warns you of bad luck. We can't decide which one it is. Because
Okay.
because whenever somebody would use this rune in testing, the cat would cross their path and they would continue on their path ignoring it, and then the bad stuff would happen. But on the off chance that they would cross the path and then take a different path, nothing bad would happen. So we can't really tell if it creates an area of bad luck or warns you that something is dangerous ahead of you, or we can't really tell which one it does.
Right.
Cat of ill omen.
It's funny that you would get like 3 pet ones though. And the hound,
Oh, yes.
it just creates a warning dog that can attack things for you. It's invisible to anyone but you. So whenever we were testing this one originally, we thought that the person was just crazy until we started hearing the hound bark at us whenever he would, whenever we would get too close to them.
Whenever we called the guy crazy and tried to restrain him.
Some of the workers who created it even have scars to prove that it can bite and actually help in a dangerous situation. But it is good for alarms and does a fair bit of damage.
That actually would serve me very well. Due to
Network.
perception and everything, and then the dog is invisible, right? And therefore, enemies would not automatically assume that belongs to the puppet.
Is there a weapon shop in town?
There'd be a blacksmith, yes.
Can
So- Tanner, I asked the question.
can I wield a greatsword yet?
This motherfucker.
You can wield a greatsword, you just can't dual wield them. And I'm sorry, what
But
was your
yeah.
question? Because I thought you were making a statement at me.
No, it's a question. Would they be able to see, or make the connection that the puppet is the source of the invisible dog? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Okay, that sounds like a perfect stealth weapon.
Unless somebody can see that you have the rune on you and, you know, they can read it.
Okay. I don't even know if I wear clothes. I mean, the way that Joey drew me, I wear clothes.
Yeah.
You know, let's just say I wear clothes.
But the
Okay,
thing
so you
is,
can have like a tramp stamp underneath your clothes.
Yeah.
And it just says hound. To anybody that can read runes.
Alright, so I gotta type up a thing. Oh my god, do you think the shopkeep would be able to understand that I'm interested in that dog rune?
I can roll insight for him.
Oh god, this is gonna suck.
Sadly, I didn't tag along, or I'd probably have a better shot at it.
Also, you technically still have a... I don't know what your guys' money situation is, but you technically still have a Sheotath to turn in.
Right.
And there is
Oh,
a
that
Hunter's
is
Guild in
true.
this town.
Should ask where that is. Check the prices around here.
Because...
What if we freeze the Hunters Guild guy by showing him the head on accident?
Didn't we
Here it
also
is.
take a serpent as proof as well?
We took the corpse, right?
But yeah, I thought
we
you took the whole
Oh,
body.
Our whole corpse. Yeah, we've got our whole body.
Might be a little squished.
Yeah, maybe.
And decomposed.
Yeah, it's only been like a day.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, is that all the rooms or?
Yeah, that's all the
Another-
runes he's got at the moment.
Should we not buy them
Okay.
all so we could eventually like have them all?
They're collectible. Well, how much are the rooms?
Well, for these, I can part ways for about 1,000 gold pieces, maybe 500.
For
I think we're
the
gonna
lot
need-
or just
No, for each.
for
We're gonna need the
each?
prize. But yeah, the little robot kind of just lifts its arm up, and then the steam starts coming out as per usual. In the distant future of the long forgotten past, invisible dogs serve mechanoid overlords, leading invisible raids upon the peasants. To this day, the world only knows of the legends of futures past. Invisible dogs.
It sounds like he wants a dog.
If we
You
only
got-
had a sticky finger person.
Well, it's one of the more powerful ones, so the starting price would be 1,000 for that one.
Motherfucking
Uh,
dick!
You got 1,000 gold?
He
Sigmund?
upped that! He upped
Sigmund?
that price!
You know what?
It's one of the rarer
We're go,
ones too. That's it's a little harder to make.
Oh, we're gonna go sell something that we got, and we're gonna come back to get with more money, hopefully.
All right, I'll be here.
Let's go sell that.
And as you leave the shop, you hear Gallant Co.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I control the dog?
No, but you wouldn't know that.
So then, does the dog inherit my my disposition?
The dog has its own personality.
Well, I mean, you know, what I deem as my enemy and what I deem as my ally would probably be of relevance to the dog, right?
You'll be able to know if you get it and attune to it.
Ah. Because it'd be a little weird if it starts biting my allies. Or, I mean,
It's in the actual handout that we've got. If you
Oh.
wanted to check it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that in character yet.
Okay, sorry.
So
Yeah.
now this will color his opinion whether he wants to get it or not.
All right.
oh no, I'm still going that direction because I already started going that direction. So I'm fucked. You know, I'm not gonna just turn tail here. That's dishonorable.
If you can make a grand by the
Feel
time.
about when dishonorable happens. Also, where is it? Homebrew items?
Yeah, it's in the runestone table.
Because I don't like dishonorable.
So yeah, you guys got sparkling, which is number 24, number 1 on the rune table. 26, 27, and 31, as well as 37. That's the numbers for them.
So before I found out how much they were, I was thinking because it's like rolled randomly. I'm presuming.
Yeah, it's
better
rolled
to have them
randomly.
all. Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Do I taste like salt wheat? I'm made of metal. Do I taste like metal?
You'd probably taste like metal.
Probably.
Probably have like, I don't know what you're made of, but maybe metal.
The question is, what metal would he taste like?
Okay.
Iron, maybe.
So I taste
What?
like blood.
It's better than tasting like rusty pennies.
Moves with you and stays within you. 10 feet of you. Huh. That would probably kind of suck, because then they'll know. Well, they won't know if I'm being carried. But, well, you know, whatever. That is the mission.
You could always attempt to talk him down too, but
I did.
Talk who down?
the guy at the store.
Yeah, like haggle.
I forgot about the mouse and I didn't feed him.
But we don't have a... We don't even have any charisma characters, do we?
Bring me.
Yeah.
That can talk.
No.
Actually, you do have a charisma character.
You'd think Joey would do it.
Me?
Aren't you a charisma character?
Nah, he's a wisdom character.
Nah, I'm a wisdom player.
I'm talking about
Dimitri.
Okrith.
Oh, awkward.
Really? The NPC?
Yeah, he's
Yeah. I do have access to a sheep. I should have just looked at that.
Yeah.
Whenever or wherever it is.
Wait, you don't have access to Okrith's sheet.
Oh. The one that I do is Varsum. I confuse them. Names. Come on, man.
Yeah, Okrith is a sorcerer.
Oh.
So he's
Well, if I have
charisma based.
If I didn't have access to it, then I had no way of ever actually knowing that we have a charisma character. That one's not on me for once.
He's not proficient in persuasion, though. He is in intimidation, but
That works.
I don't think he would want to intimidate a random shopkeeper into giving a discount.
I mean, on the other hand, if he did want to, this would be the ideal opportunity since Cornelius isn't there to object.
And you could always attempt without, you know, high charisma. The worst he's gonna say is no.
Hey, you know, it could go bad enough that we offend him and he raises his price.
He'll want to sell his stuff as well, though.
Anyway, what's going on now?
Gonna sell Chio for something completely left me after I started.
Sheotath?
There we go.
The Shota Eater?
We're gonna sell this snaked body.
Turn it in at the commission thing. The desk.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could probably get more money for it at the guild.
Yes, let's fine. Let's go to the directory and ask him where the guild is.
Oh, alright. So you head back to the directory. And he's like, oh, it's you lot again. You find everything you need?
Yes. I wonder where the Hunters Guild is.
Well, the Hunters Guild, that'd be, you see, you go down, you know how I've been having you go left for everything. You go down to the right, down that way, and go yonder down that road, and then you'll see a big old sign.
Alrighty.
It's just plain as day. It's Hunters Guild.
So we do what he says.
It's nothing fancy. Yeah,
Well,
you do what he says. You head in, and pretty sure Natus isn't with you, who has the body strapped to him.
Yeah, so we should probably pick that back up.
So instead, you
Which
go.
would also be an ideal time for Cornelius to join the group.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's up and kind of around now. So yeah, you can all join up.
Yes.
Everybody is out and ready to supply. Also, I just remembered something. Dominicus, you still have that stone that the Momlin gave you.
Essence stone.
Yeah, just to say something, and just let you know.
Well, I also asked the directory where we can buy just food, so we know where that's at.
Oh, well,
Fresh food.
if you go to the market, there's a bit of open stalls with fruit and everything. You know, they've got some meat. If you like dried goat. It's just, you know, it's
Do you like? Do you
Huh?
like this job?
No, not really. I hate
No.
people.
How much do you get paid?
Enough to make me do something I hate, but
Ah, well,
not enough to make me care.
maybe you should do something you love.
Yeah. You know what I love?
What do you love?
I love whores.
I knew it was going that direction.
I
I just
mean-
didn't want to say anything.
Maybe you could save up and open your own brothel.
No, I love doing whores.
Well, I mean, yeah, they'd be work for you. You could do that all the time and still be making money.
Hmm,
Just some food for thought.
that's a good point. It's like being able to taste the cakes at your own cake shop.
Yeah.
Except I
You
won't be
get your own
licking
nipple
them.
every now and then.
That's disgusting. Them dirty snatches all over the place.
I mean, you could have ones that are just for you, and you know, you could have your own.
Hmm.
But yeah, you could have your own nipple every now and then. That's disgusting. Them dirty snatches all over the place. I mean, you could have ones that are just for you, and you know, you could have your own nipple every now and then. That's disgusting.
Hmm. Yeah? I could have me a harem of my own. I'd have to toughen up a bit.
Yeah.
Get a little stronger. So that I can protect me girls and myself.
You can always even hire muscle, you know?
Yeah.
Help you do some of the protecting.
Yeah. You lot looking to be hired.
Well, we're kind of on our own mission right now.
Right,
you know,
right.
who knows when we come back through?
Right. Maybe later. Next time you come through, things might be changed around here.
Well, I look forward to it. All right, there. We'll see you around.
Alright, thank you for the inspiration.
You're welcome. Well, glad to help somebody explore some new ventures.
And as you're walking away, you hear, "Hey, boss man! I quit, you cock! I'm gonna open me a brothel! And you ain't invited!"
Oh god.
Get him where it hurts.
Yeah! One of them prostitutes told me I could!
Well, okay. Like, I'm pretty decked out in the holy symbols. I don't know, it's just maybe just a little. Maybe one person will guess.
It's the hips, I think.
I think we should have drawn some muscles. You know,
Well,
I
a little
mean,
bit of body physique.
I think it's the hip windows.
those
I was think-
thighs sticking out. Yeah, alright.
And the fact that you carry around a long shaft.
No, I have it summoned away.
Yeah, you're gonna experience this until you have a character training montage and then redraw yourself more manly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's funny. Let's go sell this snake lady.
Him prostitutes.
And then,
Oh, man.
yeah, you go to these stables and everything to, you know, meet up with everybody. And, Cornelius is out, Dimitri's out, Phineas is reluctantly out. In the bar area. Varsum and Tolston are kind of doing their thing. And, yeah, so what do you guys want to say to each other?
Well, first thing, when Nada sees Vitari, he's gonna not exactly pounce on him, but where's my nice thing you promised me?
Hold on. Get you your nice thing. We gotta sell the snake lady.
Does he understand that?
No, I don't.
Insight!
Insight.
Roll
Okay.
insight to understand tone of voice.
It's like, you promised me a nice thing.
Nice thing.
Yeah, I would say that you would be like, you would understand the sentiment, but you could still be like about it.
Yeah. So it's not
So-
exactly a second strike yet.
Alright.
But all right, you gather the rest of everyone who wants to go. I think Dimitri would probably go with you guys, being a little bit of a a funder of this situation. So he might even be willing to chip in if you are missing a little bit.
Cool.
But he definitely won't buy a full 1,000 gold thing for you guys.
Oh, it's just 100 platinum. It's fine.
But anyway, you make your way to the Hunters Guild. And as you enter, you can see the more rough and tumble type of crowd. Nobody necessarily rowdy. They look weathered, though. Like they've been through some crap. And yeah, there's a front desk with a lady behind it, filing papers and printing out animal wanted posters. It's like of the dangerous mutated beasts of the Underdark. And you can even find one for Sheotath,
Oh, we're so ready for this.
which says Legendary Medusa Sheotath. So long lived, it has become feral. Exterminate as quickly as possible. 300 gold pieces.
300.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said whenever you guys were asking.
I'm sure you said 30,000.
Yeah, no.
Okay, worth a shot.
300. We almost died. Well, no, Sigmund almost died.
Excuse you, I'm not alive to begin with. Don't lump me in with you flesh bags.
Well, you were almost
Technically,
not
he was
repairable.
almost decommissioned.
Are you
There you go.
are you saying the 300 we almost died out loud?
I'm holding him.
Okay.
Everything.
I mean, I have an answer for that.
Yeah, I'd save it. I'm holding the papers like 300. We almost died. Some of us are almost frozen. I'll
Well,
turn to stone.
you know, that I do think that they might not know how dangerous that thing was. There was a lot of people that didn't seem to make it back to report on it.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think that
you
kind
would-
of serves our purpose.
You'd think the price would go up for how many people didn't come back.
Well, it also could be old and people stopped trying, so it could have raised to 300 from wherever it started, you know?
From what, 30?
We don't actually know.
Oh. Well,
Also, this is awkward talking, by the way.
is that awkward? Man, I guess we just gotta talk to him. We'll just go up to the desk, say hello.
Yes, hello. One moment, please. Let me get this filed. And how do you do?
I show the paper. See what that? Is this really just 300?
Yes, that is the
It's
last
like an old
updated
one.
price of this Sheotath, the Medusa.
It did like, sure, like it shouldn't be like at least doubled or.
I think it should have another 0 on it.
Well, we didn't have as much info as we would like. We assumed that the last people who went to take care of Sheotath would be able to do so. Why do you ask?
Well, I'm just saying, if they didn't come back, you Wouldn't that mean like it's more dangerous, so you'd up the price?
Well, they had only
should
just
prob-
left.
You should probably
Like,
tell
but
him
how
about
long
the
ago?
statues.
Seems they may have left about 4 days ago,
4
according to
days.
my records here.
How many groups have gone after this?
Well, after the initial release of the information of a terrifying beast that needs slaying for the safety of the Underdark citizens, there have only been few.
2?
Few. The initial one failed to come back, leading to the rise in price to 300.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the last people are not coming back.
Oh? And why would you say that? We had some of our
'Cause
best
we
people on
have-
it.
Well, because we have Shiotat here tied up dead. And they were nowhere. Or maybe they were the statues.
I was hoping that someone would just slam Shiotat's body onto the counter or something.
I don't have a vibe. Maybe Dominicus would probably do that.
Is Natus in there?
Oh, well, I guess he's on
Would
the
you have
outside.
walked the rhino into the Hunters Guild?
Maybe if nobody stopped us. And the door
Nobody
was big
would have
enough.
stopped you.
I'd love to go into a building.
Yeah. If the door was big enough, we probably.
I mean, you-
wouldn't have thought about it.
You're carrying the thing that needs to be
Yeah.
given.
So.
So you would
So,
kind of
yeah.
have to.
Yeah, Natus is in there. And yeah. And Dominicus is the one who like unties and falls down. The head flopping out. It was quickly cover its eyes so this freaks anybody.
Ooh. So you have taken out the Shiotath Medusa.
Yes.
And you wish to turn this body in for the reward.
Yes. Maybe with a little extra because your last people didn't come back.
You are technically right. The price should go up for every single one that doesn't come back
Yeah.
to attract more seasoned veterans of hunting. So
Yes.
I would raise it to 500. If the director so deems it appropriate.
Sure.
Let me go ask the director real quick. I shall be right back. One
Alright.
moment.
Like she's gone. Like, do we just leave the body on the floor? Somebody come get it.
Everyone just kind of
Just kinda
laughs at you. Doesn't really
In the
say
room, like,
anything.
well,
It's like,
all right.
we're not the cleaning crew.
I mean, I don't know who works in this building.
We just killed this Medusa. Do you want to be next? Because we could do something you fuckers couldn't do.
Well, dang, Sig, I didn't know you'd say stuff like that.
Yeah, my extreme player voice is now drifting over the air instead of my character voice. I need a damn second character. I'm kidding. I'm fine. I just really want to drive that joke down to the ground as best I can.
Well, all right. I guess we just wait for her to come back.
Well, it doesn't take too
Yep.
long before she comes back and says, your request for a bounty raise has been approved. 500 gold? Does that seem fair?
I mean, I think there should be like tacked on.
Seems fair to me.
But
Whoa,
I
whoa,
guess-
whoa! You actually have a voice. Don't do that.
The what?
Kind of is fair. I think you did a good job to raise it that much.
Yeah.
How much was
Alright,
it originally?
it was 300.
It was
we got
300, so we basically just got a 50% raise, just a bit more then.
Less. Wait, no. More. Right. Sorry. I was counting by 500. Never mind.
Is it 500 gold or platinum?
It's a 66%.
It is
boost.
Alright,
gold.
I
It
guess
says so right on the page.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe
Nice
someone
try, though.
did a typo. Alright. Alright, we'll take it.
Of course you will.
Whore? I don't like her attitude. Can I invoke my I know a guy, but basically just have him come in here and be like, motherfucker, you get your tone back in check.
Nope. I don't think you can.
Well, that's depressing. Wait.
Well,
Now, here is your 500 gold.
thank you.
And one more thing. Should you wish to take any more bounties, I see that this wasn't an officially taken quest. You will have to join the Hunters Club, Guild, Club, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, we kind of were chased in there by an army of goblins,
Yes,
and it was that for the goblins. So,
yes. Things happen.
how do we join? What's the time period of being accepted?
You must.
Do we have to pay for a membership?
You do not have to pay for a membership. You just have to sign the papers.
Okay, why not?
Now sign your name here. And I'll have to do this with each of you. Sign your name here. This is you stating your name. And you
Does
will.
she identify me as a creature?
Have you moved in front of her?
Yes, I've actually been staring dead at her.
Then yes.
So whenever she moved.
Write your name here.
Mm-hmm.
Put your initials here. This line says that we are not liable for any injuries or death that may occur on your jobs. And that you
I
understand the
guess so.
risks.
Do you have benefits?
The benefits are next.
All right.
Now, if you'll initial here, this paragraph states that the benefits that you are asking about come in the form of free room and board at the inns or pubs in any associated towns or cities that has a Hunters Guild inside.
Yeah.
You just
Oh,
stop
that'd be
by,
good.
we give you a voucher, and it gives you a free room and food. But you may only stay for a week. If you do not leave on another job before a week, then you will have to pay for the room and food yourself. From then on.
Sounds good.
Also, you may browse our community weapon storage and take anything that you wish, as long as it is within reason. You cannot check out 1,400 greatswords for example.
Right.
You cannot just steal 5,000 arrows.
Don't worry, Prisma needs like 3 and she'll turn that into 5,000.
It will be checked in with our weapons meister down in the basement.
All right.
Other than that, as you gain experience, we don't technically have a ranking system, but as your renown grows within the guild, you will be able to take on harder missions and hunts.
So, how's our renown right now for killing the shield attack?
Well, I would say that you would be able to take on anything within the 500 gold to 1,000 gold range of reward.
we
All
sure
right.
she's not a robot?
Are you saying that out loud?
I can. I'll just like whisper to Biddy.
Are we sure she's not a robot too?
No, I am not a robot.
Oh.
I just have a speech impediment. Thank you for
Wow,
pointing
Chris-
it out.
Exactly right. How rude.
Something I've struggled with my entire life. Thank you.
Poor lady.
All right. So we get like a card or something, or like maybe like a badge, or what's up?
Yes, we actually do have a badge.
Ooh.
It is a small pin, more like. But it identifies you as a member of the Hunters Guild. And it even takes on a special personal design when put on your being to differentiate you from other people. That way, if anyone steals yours, you will not be liable for any acts done while someone else is wearing it.
And for the record, if she was
Okay.
a robot, I would know. Now, whether I would let you guys know is a different thing, but you know, I would still know.
And she goes
Also-
through this with everybody, though.
Okay. Everyone takes their
Also,
puts down
yeah,
their signature.
it's Whitney's time of skedaddle.
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
can keep
yes.
going. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave
I
now
mean,
though.
we're just doing shopping, so
Yeah, you can finish.
think it's-
I don't know why shopping sessions are always one of my favorites.
We
I
are
have
so
no
different.
clue why.
We are so different.
I mean, shopping's always fun.
Maybe it's because of all the shopkeepers I give you guys.
yeah.
They're
think
always
so.
just the freaking weirdest people.
Shopkeeper, drug dealers. Yeah, it's all fun.
Cause I guess I'd have more fun with it myself, if I were the type to be able to fluctuate my voice so much. You know.
Yeah.
Alright, but I'm heading out. See you guys.
All right.
Have
See you
fun
later.
at work.
I'll
Take
try.
care.
Bye. See you
Hope
later.
it's bearable.
All right, but after the grueling process of writing your name and then your initials 3 times, and her explaining it, all of the paragraphs so that you know what they mean, in layman's terms, so that you don't feel tricked. You are all issued about a nickel-sized pin that you can put on your lapel or your sleeve or something, about the size of a cufflink.
So what I'm understanding is that she just gave us Electrum.
No, because Electrum doesn't exist in my world.
Oh, because you know nickel. You said it's the nickel of this.
It's about the size of a nickel, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And besides which, Electrum is an alloy of silver and gold.
That kind of makes it sound like it should be a lot more cooler and more respected than it is.
Allow
You know what?
with the
I'll just say it's the
beads in
size
my
of a quarter because I was misrepresenting in my memory of quarters and stuff until I just looked at them.
hair. Okay.
Because I
Right,
want it to be
I-
bigger than a nickel now.
I'm like,
But I didn't want it to
You
be
don't
as
like
big as a
nickels that
50-cent
much?
piece.
Yeah. No one wants to be as big as a rapper.
But yeah, and you guys can flavor what they look like whenever they, whenever you have them put on to you.
Okay. They have a common symbol in them for the Hunters Guild, though.
Yeah, it would probably be like the mouth of a beast, like reaching
Beast.
up.
And then around that is.
Then
our
around
little-
that would be your personal flourish.
Right.
Like you might even be inside the mouth, like about to be being swallowed up by it or something.
Well, mine would just be close to the necklace Vittoria already wears. And he'll clip it with the gold beads in his hair.
That works.
Whatever.
Just a little pin on the clothes that I wear. Surprisingly, I never thought about it.
But anyway, you now have a specialized pin that differentiates you from every other hunter in the guild. That is basically kind of like an ID badge that magically gets scanned whenever you enter the place.
Okay.
So it's your ID badge.
Does Natus get one?
He can't really sign the papers. He's underage.
He's under.
Never mind.
Yeah, he's only 8.
Almost fell for that.
Alrighty. You look at the stuff they got right now, the bounties.
All right, and now that you are members, you get your gold.
Right. Guess I'll.
Do we have to share that out with everyone?
Now, I think
hold
Natus
on.
should probably get it all.
Natus. He
Well,
probably
yeah,
has the easier time of carrying it.
For calculation purposes, I do get a cut, but it goes to Dominicus.
But yeah, if you were to divvy it out, I don't know how much each of you would get because I'm not really in the mood to do that math.
You could just tell me how many of them are there.
I think there are like 9 altogether, but Tolston and Varsum would not take a cut because they really don't feel like they helped in that fight.
So 7, you'd say?
So yeah, well, actually, Dimitri also wouldn't really take a cut, and he would basically tell Phineas not to take a cut because all they did was run around, like frightened, and didn't get to do anything either. So it would be
So 5.
Yeah, so 5. So everybody gets 100.
Awesome.
Easy enough.
So you guys, so it kind of just takes the gold and like puts it in its inventory. Sieg does, and it kind of like as if nothing happened, because it's just a neutral. You gave me something. You've given me my family.
I kind of see like a panel on your chest open up, and you just kind of drop it in, not caring, and then it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like it fits very well.
And then you maybe like rub your little robot tummy and say num num.
All I'd be able to do is beep, but that's very much the right idea.
All right. Then let's find another bounty. Just have it.
Yeah, we need to grind money.
Yeah, you
Welcome
probably
to
won't
Need
have
money
enough
We
time.
need money for rooms. I mean, just so we have it with us, not to go do it right now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So yeah, what are the targets? Wheat.
Well, you have a choice of 3. And as I stated this out of character before, you will basically only be able to take 1 at a time, and the others will be taken by other hunters.
Ah, shadow web. Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
But
Okay.
you actually see a one that says wild ape beast Matakan terrorizing the stalactites fields.
He's like,
1,000 gold. And the picture is of a kind of tusked baboon that seems to be holding great swords in his hands.
Oh,
Or possibly clubs.
What a chat.
okay.
Other than that, you have... I'm sorry? Did somebody say something?
Do they have locations or?
The stalactite fields.
Yeah, like is
That's
do we know where that is?
Roll history for
Dominicus.
anybody that wants to try to know that.
I do not know.
Vitari does not know. Is that for
Alright.
Dominicus or Natus?
Dominicus.
Dominicus does not know.
Where's my history button? Is that one it? Yeah, this one's it.
That's what a shot.
The robot begins to speak.
Was I what? I didn't know it was an Inquisition. No, I didn't know someone actually asked. I thought you guys were doing it as a.
Yeah, Dominicus did. He was like, "Where is these stalagmite fields?"
Tight.
All right. So
Stalactite.
where exactly is it so I can turn that into jarbled nonsense?
Well, there is a. You would know that the stalactite fields are a. Is just a wide, just gigantic open cavern with a pit underneath it that no one really knows if there's a bottom to, but the stalactites grew so big in that area that there are entire towns carved into them and strung along the ceiling. And it is often called the Hanging Gardens. From where you are a good couple weeks of travel away from it. Unless you were to, pick up that wagon.
I'm hoping we still do that.
Do you need any more? Like, if you have a specific question that I could answer for that, you got high enough.
Not that I know of. And well, let's see if what I type up has allows them to understand.
Well, while you're typing your response up, you would also see that there is a poster for a horde of molded for 500 gold pieces that are in a crevice on the way to the town over. Not Torin, but the other town of
Alright.
Nefault.
My typing is done, but I should really close the door of my room. I don't tend to raise my voice, so therefore it's kind of weird if anyone could hear me outside.
So there is a horde of molded in a crevice that reach up at travelers and try to pull them in while they're going over the bridge to
All right.
Nefault.
All right. So I made some nonsense. Oh wait, no. Stalactites. I can change that word to make it more nonsense.
I'll even make an info handout for these.
All right. Said the molded.
Okay, so when he asked, like the head on Sieg just does a 360 spin and he starts beeping, and then he lifts his arm with the mist, our arms, not with the mist as his hatches open up again to make more mist. The world has long changed as the times passed. Giant fat rock spears extend in their descents, reaching the butt cavities of civilization. In this era, it has become the home of gigantic cockatrice, given rise after the fall of their leader, Club Sword Gygax the Invincible. That's it.
All right. Well, we'll interpret that later. Let me ask somebody else.
Yay. People didn't understand.
Did you say all three already, or?
I only said 2.
Okay. The last one was just the molded people.
Yeah.
All right, it was that third one then.
Hold on 1 second. All right.
Out of-
Hmm?
Oh,
Go ahead.
No. I was going to fill the silence. That's all. Go. Carry on.
Well, the next one is actually another one for 1,000.
Okay.
It just kind of says vicious unknown creature. Spotted near the church in Corestone.
Huh.
Does anyone have an underground map to know where Corestone is?
You know, I asked the lady. You got maps? Like all the cities and places?
Yes, we supply you with maps. As a DM, I don't have one.
Well, at least we get one there, we know where we're going. Yeah, and I guess you pick. Do we want the giant baboon, or the molded people, or the unknown? Anybody got a preference?
An out of character preference.
I've already predicted the future, that this baboon will die, and therefore there may be a timeline where giant chickens rise up from their ashes.
Rather be carrying one corpse back as proof rather than a horde of moldy.
Yeah. Molded probably hard to bring the proof back.
Although, I wonder if we are going to investigate how to cure Okrath, that might be a lead.
Well, see, the important thing to keep note of is that we have a head that could petrify the monkey in there. I could just bring the monkey here for free.
I'm sure it's going to have a good constitution.
Fair.
But yeah, like, you're doing most of the talking, Vitari, so if you're happy to, I'd let you choose.
Hey, I just talked. Lord never appreciates when I talk.
We do appreciate it.
Oh no, I was exclusively singling you out. Really don't know how to follow that one up. I'm sorry.
And there you go.
Okay.
That's what I was typing and everything.
Holding. It'd be good to go after. Just thinking more about the runes and how expensive they can be. Want to get
Yeah.
those.
What we need is a map. Because without a map, we can't even begin to start thinking about how much time exactly is gonna take
Well,
to get to the things.
We got a map.
Cornelius!
It's a map. It's just a map of the mind.
Okay, so how much time does it take us to get to which one's the closest?
Cornelius, I have to ask you a question real quick.
Yes,
Are you looking at these as well?
I am looking at them.
Are you, would you say, investigating them?
I would say yes, investigating them indeed.
I have a passive investigation of 18.
Alright, well, you would be also passively investigating them. And you would actually see... but you can go ahead and... Yeah. Yeah, I would say that you're able to see this. So you both see that there are actually little symbols drawn on specific pieces of these. They look kind of like runes. Like the
Perhaps runes corresponding to locations.
no, the one I'll use the ape as an example. The tusked baboon. Its weapon that it has in its hand, it seems like it has a rune on it.
Oh ho ho!
And the kind of shadowy drawing of the unknown creature, drawn based on eyewitness reports that were not attacked by it. There seems to be a rune on the shadowy creature itself.
Could I identify the runes if I ran Arcana?
You could attempt to.
I shall attempt to.
You might be able to read them, but you won't be able to like actually tell what they say.
Yeah,
I mean what they do.
Yeah, I was
in
just
character.
thinking, like reading them like words.
In character, you wouldn't be able to. But of course, you could always check the runestone table. The ape. And I'll need a separate one for each. So, which one would you like to know first?
We'll go with the ape.
Okay, the ape says monkey grip
Oh,
on its weapon.
well, if we go for that one, I know who I'm giving that to.
Yay, I got a monkey grip rune.
You'll have to fight
Well,
Dominic,
I'm
because
sitting
I'm
already.
sure that's the one he wanted.
I'm kidding. I'm being facetious.
I was thinking of giving it to our resident giant sword wielder.
Who's that?
See him sling that around with one hand.
He would no longer have disadvantage with it while using both hands on it.
Huh.
But yes, he would be able to wield it one-handed, but then he would still have the disadvantage on every attack.
On the other hand, it would also mean he could use a shield or another ultra great sword with his other hand.
I mean, he would need a second monkey grip rune.
So that
do
monkey
that.
has 2 monkey runes.
End of the high roll.
And you only see 1 rune on there.
So yeah, it would still be useful for giving him no longer disadvantage.
I'm actually surprised that it has not affected him as much as I thought it would.
Well, I mean, we've kind of been setting him up the whole way.
Well, position and pose starts by fanning your toes and placing your right foot forward.
But if you're wanting to read the word that the other one says, I'll need another one.
Yeah, I was gonna do another one.
And another one.
Nice.
Oh, dude, you can read this one clear as day. It says Therian.
Therian, you say? Huh. Fascinating. I can't guess what that would do without looking it up, but it seems to be beast related.
The molded one doesn't seem like it has one on the picture, but there might be a trend here that, hint, hint, this might be how you get certain runes.
Yeah, I was figuring.
There was no way to guess that.
But yeah, you are only able to choose one. And if fate allows it later on, because these are randomly put up, you may get a boss again.
Boss rush?
And that would mean that it would be stronger because it beat the ones that went after it whenever you didn't take it.
Ah. Alright, well.
So the question is, which one do we go after?
Yes. So what do we go for?
Oh, wait, can you list their rune on their hunting quest then? So we can look over it later on in, during the week?
I can
Because at this
list the ones that were red.
Because at this point we're making a decision and it'd be nice to have Whitney involved in this.
Yeah. I don't mind. I gotta go to sleep early. I've been given like 4 hours of sleep every night for the past few nights.
There you go.
Hey.
Okay.
But yeah. That's, those are your 3 choices at the moment.
And so far we know 2 of them have a rune, but that doesn't mean that the Horde of Molded does not have a rune.
Yeah, you just don't have any,
Oh, the information.
any information on that one. And with the map, since you asked about that before,
Yes.
as I said, the way that you're traveling at the moment, it would take a couple of weeks, probably, to get to the stalactite fields.
And that's
But
the closest.
it's not the closest one. The closest
Oh.
one would be the Horde of Molded.
Oh.
Second closest would be the church in Corestone. Because the bridge to Nefalt is basically you're making a a fork and choosing which way to go if you want to go to Torin or Nefalt. And Torin ends and doesn't wrap around to anywhere else. And if you had a way of flying, it would technically lead you to the Hanging Gardens. But as you don't have a way of flying at the moment, you would have to go around past Nefalt and even through Corestone to get to the Hanging Gardens.
Well, might as well go for the molded then, and we get that done, and we go to the next guild place. And one of those haven't been solved, we could grab it.
It'll be random.
And be random. Well, yeah. I mean, that or something else is there. Then it'll take us a long time to even get the ape.
So we can, if you want a week to think about it as well, we can just, we can cliffhanger here and you can choose next week as well.
Yeah,
Sure.
I prefer doing next week.
Seems
We got a
fair.
reward for the Medusa stuff, right?
Yeah, you got it
Yeah,
already.
100 each.
100 each.
100
Yes,
each.
100
Did we turn
gold
someone to
each.
stone?
The what?
Yeah, I didn't hear him either.
I did hear. I think I heard say
You did what?
stone. What did you say?
Yeah, what did you say?
Oh, nothing. It was a goofy, retarded
Okay.
statement.
Okay, I just didn't hear you.
You're now a member of the Hunters Guild.
Yes.
Now, when do we learn force magic?
I don't get that.
The Guild of Hunters, Rangers, and Forces in Fantasy Star Online is called the Hunters Guild.
Oh, right. Okay. I haven't played Phantasy Star Online in a long time.
The
But
first one is really good, but the second one's kind of meh.
yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, if we're gonna let you guys think about which hunting quest you want to take, then that'll be it for tonight.
Alrighty.
And I thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I hope you all have a good night. And until next time, on Dungeons and WheatTons.